And we're live. This is the wood where you get what, Shabisky?
Wooded so good.
That is right. That is correct. We are joined tonight by one half, well, the only half of the Poison of the Well crew that matters.
Yeah, the funny
Phat
half.
Pat. The funny half.
That's what's important. Also, I respond to DMs. So if you ask me to come on a show, you'll get a response, whether it's yes or can't make it.
Yeah.
You could DM Fane all day and you're not going to get anywhere. So
I know now. I know now.
I decided to stop being his secretary. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I was like, I'll tell him I'm available. And if you make it or if you answer your DMs, then maybe you can make it.
I DM'd that some bitch.
I got tired of having to check to see like what his schedule looked like. Like I had to run it past him, or like we would get invites to go on like Drunken Peasants, and I had to constantly hold on. And I had to get a hold of Fane, and then he had to check his calendar, and then he never looks and like double checks you. Oh yeah, that should be good. And then like the week comes up to when we're supposed to be doing Drunken Peasants. Oh wait, I'm out of town this weekend. I'm like, motherfucker, do you write shit down? So like literally this weekend we're supposed to be on Drunken Peasants. I'm the only one who's going to show up because he's out of town. He might show up, but it'll be a shitty internet connection where he's going to be. So I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I seen it. What the fuck was that just fell on me? Okay, well, I seen that he was in Tampa or some shit.
Yeah, and he'll be back down in Florida again this week. He's back up here, and he'll turn around and go right back down to Florida this coming weekend. So
yeah, he's a cool guy, but he just don't answer my DMs, and that just I'm like, fuck you spiky face fucker. But
yeah, anyways. A lot of times I'll get people that DM me and be like, hey, can you tell Fane to check his DMs? I'm like, why don't you DM him and tell him to check his DMs? I'm tired of being his messenger. Yeah, I got to keep calling him and checking on how you doing.
Yeah.
I sent you a voicemail.
Yeah, I got friends like that. I mean, I try to answer my DMs, but I'm not. I really don't give a fuck. There's like two people I like on this planet right now, and that's neither one of you people. But still, I like that cat. Okay. I'm trying to wait around for more people to jump in. For weird reasons here lately, it takes a minute. Notifications don't work or some shit. I don't know. Before we really start talking about what I wanted to talk about. But how you been, buddy?
Been doing good. Doing real good. I'm super busy. I was glad because you asked me to come on the show I think last month, and I couldn't make it. And then I'm glad you stuck to it. But I respond to DMs.
Yeah. So, well, you do. You should. Even if you can't make it, you'll say, I can't make it.
Yeah. I'll straight up. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Because that's what grown-ups do. But Fane is older than everybody. He still acts younger.
Yeah. He's irresponsible.
Goddamn. So are you getting to do stand-up more now since COVID's kind of like...
I've done a little bit more. Let's see if I can get Fane on the phone.
Fucker.
He's probably playing Destiny right now. He's not going to answer.
Your voicemail.
Yeah.
Somebody said in the chat they get notified like 50% of the time. Well, that's lucky actually. Because it sucks. But I was wondering about you the other day. I was sitting there because I was watching some stand up and I was like, that's what I want to talk, because I love comedy, right? Comedy's my thing, and every time we've talked about comedy, I've enjoyed the conversation, and that was always the plan, to bring you on to talk about comedy. I got something we'll talk about in a minute, but however, I was just wondering if you got to do more work now since.
I've gotten a few more shows coming in. More clubs are opening up, and it's been a little bit better.
Was it getting like crazy for you that you wasn't getting to like do your thing?
It's particularly because I had like just written a new bit, and like any comedian that has a new bit, it's like their new prized possession. They're like, oh, I really want to work on. I want to see what doesn't work about it, and you know, trim it up, make it better, and you get anxious.
Well, that's how you make it better, is putting it in front of people, right? Yeah,
and you got to put it on its feet and see how it works. And I get into this point of like, I had this brand new bit I was starting to work, and then it was like we had to cancel all the shows we had lined up, and then just a couple trickled in later. And also at that point, you're kind of rusty because you haven't been on stage. So it's like and I had just reworked my whole set list, and then it's just been tough. And then now it's still I'm only getting a couple shows a month, and I'm like, this is rough. I was
Now,
like, it's
you've
rough
been
to get a pattern going. But am I frozen or are you frozen?
I mean, me.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
I was asking how many years have you been doing stand?
I started when I started doing open mic nights, sneaking into comedy clubs when I was like 17, 18. And then 21, I started doing open mic nights. And then I started going on the road doing actual shows around 23.
And now you're 70, so.
I'm 39 now. So, yeah, I've been at it for a minute.
So the reason I asked it, do you still get nervous before you go on stage?
Nervous? No, not anymore. The stage fright is pretty much gone. I get anxious. I start getting antsy sometimes, but it has more to do with depending on the room. Like if it's a comedy club, I know it's run well. I know that they're going to start the show when the show's going to start. They'll probably have a decent audience. They know how to seat the audience, and obviously during COVID, even if you had a show during COVID, everyone had to be spaced out. Comedy doesn't work real well when the audience is all spread apart. It's better when they're clustered together. And it's not really work well when COVID's flying around. You can't really seat them right next to each other. So that makes it a little tough. But when I go into like a one-nighter room or like a bar that's going to have a comedy night or something like that, it's tough when they've never really done comedy or they don't know how to run a comedy room. I can get a little nervous in that I know that I'll have to deal with a lot more hecklers because they don't know how to prevent hecklers from doing anything.
Yeah.
And if it's a rougher bar, if I say something, because I'm dealing with a heckler and I say something off key, the heckler might want to rush the stage, and now I've got to deal with it.
You got to fight.
A fight in my hands. So that would be the closest thing to being nervous. And as far as going onto a show, doing a show, and then having them bark a bunch of suddenly putting new restrictions on the show. They're like, we send them all of our press kit stuff, our promo. It's called the Saints and Sinners Comedy Tour. Just the name alone lets you know that it could be a little dirty, it could be a little sweet. It's going to be a little bit in between. You're going to get, I wouldn't call us like we're not going to say motherfucker every 5 words. It's literally, but the content could be a little rough. I'll talk about sex. I'm going to talk about adult stuff, thinking we can talk about it as adults. But then there's times where like, okay, don't talk about sex. Don't say fuck. I'm like, I can avoid saying fuck. That's easy. But I might be describing fuck. Is that bad? If the word is what hurts your heart and not the action, then we're fine. We're Gucci. But
I'm going to say the word, but it's going to mean the same fucking thing.
Because I had one night, Matt, he's the other comedian on the other half of the Saints and Sinners Comedy Tour. We're going to do a show, and it's like in Anniston, Alabama, and it's like his hometown. And he comes up to me right beforehand. It's a pretty packed show. And he comes up and goes, hey, man, only rule that we have tonight is just don't say motherfucker, which I've never said motherfucker on stage. And that was the night I decided to tell a joke that I've titled Motherfucker Joke, where I just start to say motherfucker a lot. And I start talking about how it's a great punchline and how it can take a not so funny joke and make it funnier. It's a comedy heightener by saying motherfucker. And I was like, even if I say motherfucker 5 times in a row, it just gets funnier by the time I get to the 5th time. So I start saying motherfucker. By the 5th time, everyone's laughing their asses off at motherfucker. I get off the stage. Matt walks up to me and goes, hey man, I thought I said don't say motherfucker. You said it like 80 times. And I was like, I know, right? You said not to, and I did it anyway. He goes, yeah, that wasn't me that requested. That was the owner that said don't say it. I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me that money bag that was paying us tonight said don't say motherfucker. I thought you said. He goes, oh, wait, so you don't respect me? I'm like, not enough to change my set for you. So that happens where they'll, people think that stand-up comedy, that we are just shooting from the hip and all the jokes are just rattling off our brain box. And not that we're working on them for years and we're whittling them down to what they're going to be. That's why these comedy specials.
Like a song. Shit.
And I got to get it right. I got to get the words right and the pattern and how I want to say it to get these jokes right. And then right before a show, they're like, hey, a couple quick rules. Don't do this. Don't talk about this. This person's going to be here. And I'm like, wait. So what I've learned is, as now that I've been doing this for 15 years, I've been like, oh, okay. And anytime if they tell me right before a show, I go, oh yeah, sure. I'll Absolutely. I won't do
Yeah.
that. And then I go up there and do exactly that anyway. I'm like, I'm not changing my set for you anymore. So it gets to that point where I'm like, if you start putting so many rules on what my set is going to be, and you're not paying me corporate money, because corporate gigs they pay through the nose to get you, because corporate shows inherently suck. You will have a bunch of requirements put on you. But if I'm just getting paid the regular club gig rate, you don't really get to dictate too much. If you don't want me to cuss because you're like, it's not that I care, it's just the audience I know doesn't respond well to it. I'm like, that's fine. I'll remove it. That's a good note. Thank you. But when you're starting to like chop down what you think I could be saying, I'm like, okay, either you didn't do any homework. We sent you all the press stuff. You've seen videos of us on stage. You know what we're going to do, what we look like, and how we're going to act. Yeah. If you all of a sudden start saying, okay, don't do any of those things that you normally do, I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do, man? Like,
it sounds like it sucks.
So yeah, I literally last week did a show in Dothan, Alabama, and it was painful. It was a painful show. I didn't realize.
Well, I've been to Dothan, so I can.
Yeah, it's one of those where it was their first time. I liked the venue. We'd actually played the venue like 9 years ago, but it was their first time doing comedy since then. So it's been over like 9 years since they've done comedy. They had like no audience for it. They didn't pimp it out enough to try to get an audience. So I get in there and they start just kind of shoehorning random people from outside of the club into the. I'm like, okay, so then there's people that's coming in that have nothing vested into this. They're not paying to get in. They don't give a shit, and they're gonna walk out mid show because like, hey, let's just go back over to this other place. So you don't have anybody that wants to be there.
You want an audience that wants comedy, yeah.
So when you got people they're like, hey, free comedy show, you want to come on in? They're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll pop in for a while, and then they leave. 30 minutes in, I'm like, okay, like that's disruptive, especially if you plop them in the front row, and then like they get 30 minutes like, hey, do you want to go over to that bar next door? Yeah, would you go to the bar? Yeah, I mean, he's funny, but like, my friend's meeting us over there, and then they get up and leave. I'm like, this is fucking tough. And it's Alabama people too, so you have to like slow talk. You got to fucking hand them the jokes. And I started noticing I couldn't allow them. I had to like explain the punchlines to them. Like I had to spoon feed them because they didn't know what I was saying. And I should have realized it was just going to be dick and fart jokes all night when I got there. Because as soon as I got there, there was this one lady sitting at the bar, and I was talking to the bartender, checking in. I'm the comedian, blah, blah, blah. And this lady doesn't know me from fucking anybody, just sits there, and she just starts telling me shit that I don't even know you. You don't know who I am. And you're just feeding me. I got hit in the face with so much Alabama all at once. It was just like, my ex-husband's been messaging me on Facebook, and I told him to leave my ass alone. He didn't blah, blah, blah. And shit. Oh my God. I was so fucked up last night. I'm like, Jesus Christ. We filled up my boyfriend's. He has what are they called? A filler pond for fish. It's like a retention.
Oh
tub.
yeah.
It's like a tub that they bought for filling up lakes and ponds and stuff. So they breed the fish in this thing. And they're like, yeah, we just turned that into a hot tub. We just pump the thing. I'm like,
she told you everything, didn't she?
I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? It was just so much Alabama hit me so fast. And I was like,
worst state in America.
I was like, let me get a drink in before you start. By the end of the night, she had her shirt off and she's just hollering. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. Especially when I've been, itching to get back on stage, and then you get on stage and you're like, this is not what
something like that happens. Yeah. Well, that kind of leads to this. Another question I had: best area, like for you to do comedy, is it the South? Is it East Coast, West Coast?
Like anybody that's getting into comedy and they're wanting a place to what's the overall like best audiences, what state, region, whatever. I would really say your best bet, particularly to start, is Middle America. That's where my first 2 years, I was all up and down from like Amarillo, Texas, up to North Dakota. It was just, and they really appreciate that you're coming to do comedy. They don't care what you're talking about. They might not be able to relate to some of the shit you say, but they're just so fucking happy you're there.
Something different.
I say Wisconsin's really great audiences up there. We've always had really great shows up in like Fargo, and like, those are always the best shows. They're the most, they pay attention. They're there to have a good time. I will say that Texas is actually fairly good with comedy because everyone in Texas is just so happy to be in Texas. but they are also the ones that will turn on you the fastest if anything goes sideways. But they are a big laugher crowd. So it was like, Texas is great, but it comes with like a caveat of like, they might decide to turn on you.
They might decide to go Texas.
Yeah, go turn all Texas, and they don't mind interrupting, and they're not trying to fuck up the show. They think that we're having a conversation and that they're part of it. And then afterwards, when they've gotten corrected for interrupting the show, they will come up. I didn't know, man. I didn't know that I was fucking up your show, man. I didn't. Hey, let me buy you a beer. Like they will try to make it up to you, but I'm like, no, man, it's fine. I don't give a shit. But Texas will send you the most amount of drinks. They see that I'm drinking on stage, and all of a sudden shots start showing up. I'm like. They want to watch the comedian get fucked up and fall over. That to them is hilarious. Yeah. So I will say, if you're, I think Wisconsin's probably one of my favorites.
Okay. Well, see, I wouldn't expect that actually. I wasn't. I was going to figure you were going to say like New York or L.A.
No, New York, real stuck up their own ass. New York comics are very different from Southern comics. Most Southern comics are like storyteller comics. Yeah. Think like the blue collar guys, like if you think like Ron White or Jeff Foxworthy, those guys tell stories that are inherently funny and they have punchlines throughout the story. New York guys tend to be a lot more the observational, the one punch joke, the setup,
insult humor and stuff.
Yeah, like maybe that. Insult stuff. That's what they're going to go with. So if you come up there with your little stories, and also you're requiring the audience to pay attention the whole time because a story has a beginning, middle, and end. If they start to not pay attention to the beginning, and then all of a sudden you get to the end, and then they're lost. They have no clue why that joke is supposed to be funny. So they need to set up punchlines so they can fade in and out of paying attention to your shit. So I would say New York, fairly tough, but there are really great audiences in New York. I don't want to shit them too much, but the New York comics think that they are comedians. We are the guys. And all I've seen, most New York comics can't cut it on the road. They have to be in a curated club at all times. They're funny. They're very, very good, but it's like you step them into a room where they have to like work.
Yeah. I had another comic friend. He said when he worked in New York, he said a lot of the New York comics were very cocky, like look down on other guys and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll walk in the room, and if the audience doesn't get their jokes, the audience is just stupid. They're dumb, and they'll literally just like, if the show's not going well, they'll just wrap up in their show and just walk off stage like no big deal. It's like you're obligated to fill this amount of time. Like when you're signed up, whether it's a feature or a headliner, you have to fill X amount of time, and if you don't hit that, you shouldn't be expecting to get 100% of your pay. So I had another comedian. He worked with a New York comic, and the guy was supposed to be headlining. My friend went up and did 30 minutes before the New York comic. The New York comic goes up there, starts to bomb. Within about 15 minutes, the New York comic just puts the microphone back in the stand and walks off.
Oh, shit.
And they were like, is this a bit? And they couldn't figure it out. And the owner had to like go get my buddy and have him go back up to finish the show. So my buddy, who just burned through 30 minutes, now has to go back up and try to do another like 30 to try to like fill the time. And after the show, my buddy walked up to this New York comic and goes, "Hey man, what the fuck was that?" He goes, "Oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Like if the crowd's just not vibing you just leave. Like that's how we do it in New York."
Shit.
And I'm like, that's the problem, is that there's no like. Yeah, you got to struggle. You got to sometimes you just got to eat your own hat in front of the audience and just make it happen and struggle. And I see a lot of New York comics here. It's like, it's not working well. And New York comics can also get away with just doing a 15, 20-minute set. They don't have to go any longer than that. Same with LA comics. LA comics are more actors that have a 20-minute set and are going to try to parlay that into getting booked into movies or television or something. Yeah. I met several comics from LA, and it was like if you asked them to do a 25-minute set, that last 5 minutes is gonna be rough. So road comics are the beaten and battered, and they're the least paid, and they're the ones that can probably put together the best show.
Yeah, a lot of people just think when they think about comedians, so they think about the ones that are like Richard Pryor and shit like that.
Yeah, the big names.
Yeah, they don't think about the motherfuckers that are out there hitting the grind, you know.
Well, yeah, that's like you think like Bill Burr. Bill Burr can fill an arena anywhere, so he can just book an arena. He can even rent it out himself, sell tickets, for himself and get 100% of the door.
Yeah.
Well, that's also because Bill Burr can do it, and it's going to be filled with his audience who is going to love anything Bill Burr has to say, good or bad. It's fine. So he's curated his perfect little audience that will go with whatever he says. Not to say that he wouldn't be fine on the road. He is a comics comic. He would probably be fine, but he also won't subject himself to doing that shit. So
yeah, they got to the point now to where they never get heckled because they're so famous. People are going to say whatever they say.
I think Bill Burr probably gets heckled, but people like to see him go off on people because he's really funny when he does it. But I'm sure he fucking hates it.
Oh, that thing he did, was it Philly?
Yeah, he did Philly.
Oh my God, that's classic, dude. That was great. He just pissed them motherfuckers off. Do you believe comedy is under attack?
No. Well, no. I think that's a loaded question. No, I don't think it's under attack in that people are like, oh, it's cancel culture and you got to watch what you say. Yeah. Well, sure. If you say something super fucked up, even if you're a comedian, you either have to own it and you can always do, I was just joking. But there will be people that even to this day, I'll say a joke, it catches them the wrong way. They don't like it. And they decide that because I made the joke about that must be my personal politics. So I must also be a dirty misogynist or something. And I'm like, fuck it. But I don't think it's under attack. And I think comedy always has this kind of quick out as far as being able to say that, well, I'm a stand-up. I've gotten away with saying horribly rude things to people that an average person probably wouldn't, but people knew I'm a comedian. So they're like, oh, that's just Patrick. He's a comedian. He's just fucking around. Like maybe it's just the way I deliver it. They know I'm joking, so it's fine. But there's definitely if you're not strong enough to survive saying something off color, then you probably shouldn't say it. But the first advice I've given all open micers, and I said, look, just to start, it might hurt your heart to try to, you feel like you're being too vanilla ice cream, and you really want to be that guy who leans on the mic stand and really puts it in people's faces and tells them the truth and says some shit and mocks this, that, or the other. But you got to build you're not Bill Burr yet. You got to build that audience. Bill Burr had to say shit that worked 90% of the time before he could start saying the shit that only worked for his audience. Yeah, and that makes sense. So, I always say don't talk about race, politics, or religion. I was like, that's the first thing that's going to divide your audience. And as a comedian, you don't want to divide your audience. You don't want them to start having conversations amongst themselves or bickering back and forth. You don't want them to suddenly or put a wall between you and the audience. I was like, you want them to kind of come together as a group and you're collectively having a conversation. They're just listening and laughing, but that's how it's got to feel. And if you start talking about politics, religion, race, you could very quickly dance into a very dangerous area and you could potentially lose that audience. And the idea is to keep them laughing until you get a paycheck in your fucking hand. That's the goal. So under attack, no, anybody that goes after a comedian, it almost feels like you're swinging at, you're punching a puppet at that point. It's
supposed to be the untouchable art, right?
That's nothing's off guard. So anytime someone says, "Oh, well, you can't joke about that." Yeah, well, every comedian goes, that's all I want to joke about now. I just want to joke about what they just said. I can't joke about the same thing. Dan Harmon, when he was doing the show Community, and he was talking about stuff. Okay, before we start writing these episodes out, what's one subject that we just need to not talk about? You stay away from. What would be so polarizing that we shouldn't do it? And someone says school shootings because it's located in a school. We shouldn't talk about school shootings or do a school shooting thing. They're like, good idea. Don't talk about school shootings. And then they go, but if we were going to talk about school shootings, how would we try to present that where it wouldn't alienate the audience immediately? And then they ended up, the biggest episodes that came on Community were the paintball wars happening in the school with them shooting at each other the whole time. Yeah. And somehow it never paralleled to school shootings. It was just,
you know what? I never even thought of that.
And that was literally how it started. It was just a conversation of, if you're going to make a joke about something that you shouldn't joke about, how can we and say the same thing. So it's
yeah. Well, there you go. By the way, what Red Eye? Welcome, Red Eye. He joined in. I'll straight.
Not pod.
Good afternoon, everybody.
well, hello, Red Eye. I missed you.
Hey,
Oh,
babe.
you too.
And thanks for asking him questions too, Shabisky. You know, you've been real talkative to.
Staying in the conversation.
You shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, pimp. Okay, I was concentrating on what he was saying and listening to him.
Yeah, but you're the
Okay.
co-host. That means you're supposed to
You
do
shut the
things
fart
too.
up.
I'm not the only one that's supposed to ask fucking questions. You're supposed to do shit too.
All of a sudden, we're interviewing.
That is what. Yeah, that is what.
No.
Yes.
No, we never interview.
So
We
it's
just
first
make
day on
dick
the show.
jokes. No, we make dick jokes, and then we hope that the host knows how to make
But
dick
what-
jokes too.
But okay,
Fart
read
joke.
the title of the stream tonight. What does it say?
Let's see. Talk with Shabisky.
No, it doesn't say that. It says talking comedy. With
Comedy talk
Phat
with
Pat.
Phat Pat.
Yeah, that's what.
Asking questions and talking comedy. That doesn't mean I have to ask him questions. Okay, shut up. I'm listening to him. Okay,
Shabisky,
I'm listening to his talking. What?
Shabisky.
What?
Hey, Shab,
White
meet me
knight
over in
for
the
me.
corner. Meet me over in the corner, quick.
Okay.
Hey, listen, buddy.
Uh,
What?
You're supposed to ask him questions.
You shut the fuck up, robot. Okay,
Okay.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Shabisky, if you had a question about comedy to ask somebody who is a stand-up comedian, which is Pat, what would you ask Pat right now?
Yeah. What would you ask? Come on, drink.
Because he knows you ain't got nothing.
No, he has the wireless headphones, so he's. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
What would be some the basic rules of comedy? I've always thought that as long as you tell a joke in the right place at the right time to the right audience, you're pretty well right. Like you don't go and tell a rape joke at a rape crisis
Yes.
fucking center, or
100%.
Yeah.
you don't walk into a
that's-
Jewish retirement village and start talking
Make Holocaust
about fucking
jokes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that-
100% yes. And a good comedian can normally read an audience pretty early and can tell which way it's going to work. It's always very important to know who will be coming into the club. Early in my career, I didn't double check. I didn't know to, but I didn't know what the most common job in some of the towns I went to. It was like the only town the people were there because of one job, because the plant came or a mill was there and everyone worked at that mill. So you're literally playing to almost like employees of, everyone knows each other and they all work for the same place. So I was doing a show. I want to say it was like Joplin, Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. And I was doing actually fine. I was about 15 minutes in my set. I'm doing really well. I'm actually feeling very comfortable. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk. No problem. And I get to this bit that could go either way, but had worked very well in the past. But also delivery is super important. And that goes back to the telling the right joke at the right time. Had I landed the joke properly, even if I told the joke perfectly, I don't know if it would have landed properly for this particular audience. I started telling this joke that it's my Paralympic joke is how I had it written on my set list, where I talked about a girl who was born without arms and without legs. I'd been watching the Paralympics. It's very awesome to watch Paralympics. You see people overcoming struggles and stuff for their life. So I go into this whole thing about the Paralympics and how inspirational it was. And they would do these backstories on some of the event people and the athletes. And the girl that was born without arms and without legs, and she was the Paralympic swimmer. And I paused and said, well, if she was born without arms and legs, how the fuck did they find out she could swim? Like, what jackass kicked her in the pool to figure that shit out? Right? And the audience suddenly kind of gets a little awkward. I'm like, I'll just lean in on it. So I decided to do my impression of a Paralympic hurdler.
Oh my god! Yeah, I love this shit.
And so I just start doing the wheelchair thing, and then and at this point, it's dead quiet. And I'm like, I was like, what happened? And then the rest of the show, I just moved away from that joke. I started telling some other bits. It kind of was just rumblings of maybe half chuckles, nothing much. All of a sudden, it was like the first 15 minutes was real strong. And then there was this 5-minute weird, awkward moment in the middle. And then it was just like I was fighting to get to the end. It was like I was just burning through material I had to keep talking because no one was laughing. I was like, what the fuck happened? I get off stage and Matt, he goes up and he does a fine show and everything. He comes back and we talk later. He goes, yeah. Found out like while you were up on stage, the owner came over. He goes, "Hey man, do you have any Paralympic jokes or disabled jokes?" And Matt goes, "No." I was like, "This is the only joke he has like this." And he goes, "Yeah, he probably shouldn't have told this one because everyone that's here works at the disabled clinic across the street. Like all their clients, all the people they care for are all disabled people." And he's just like, I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't say." Anything, but I was like, I understand. I was walking on eggshells, and had I known, I wouldn't have even started that bit. Because the other thing is like, thank God I stopped and read the audience. It took 5 fucking minutes. It should never take that long. But by the time I realized, I was like, this is not going well. I moved away. I had this other joke about this documentary called Yellow Brick Road, and it's about. It's about a school, special needs kids, Down syndrome and autistic kids, putting on the play Wizard of Oz, right? And I had this whole bit working towards of like, how did they cast the Scarecrow? Like, because at some point he's got to sing "If I Only Had a Brain." And so I went into this, and thank God I was like, all right, I need to step back. I was like, that joke's not going to go. And I haven't told that joke since.
I love that kind of shit, though, dude. I love that kind of. I mean, I got people in my family like that. I go up there and tell them that kind of joke. No, I'm joking. I don't do that. Well, we do have speaking of handicapped people, mental handicapped.
Shabisky.
Have you thought of your question?
Have you ever had to kick someone a heckler's ass in the middle of a show?
Kiss or kick?
Kick or kiss or either. Yeah,
kick. I mean,
I've had. No, I've never had to like get. I've never gotten actually in a fist fight. I've got really close to getting in a fist fight with a guy after a show. I was telling them most of these problems that I had. Where I had these kind of these all happened early in my career because I didn't have enough stage time to know how to deal with the situations. But I was doing a show, was it Missouri? It's like Deer Run or Doe Run, Missouri, or something like that. Missouri is, by the way, the worst state to ever exist. It's the dumbest crowds. Sorry if you're from Missouri. So I was doing the show. Someone threw in something. It was this lady, and she was sitting with 2 guys. And I made some joke. It was a sex. I think it was talking about like sex games or something. And I said something about having a 3-way with her, because and I was like, well, you got 2 guys and me, then you've got 3 holes. What's the count? And I went into this whole thing because she had like blurted out something or said that her husband had said something, and I basically was shutting them up. And I said, well, every dick that you add to a 3-way, you just up your chances for a dirty Sanchez or something. Like, I was just like riffing real quick on it because they were heckling.
Yeah.
And but then they shut up, and I did the rest of the show. The husband was very intoxicated, and right after the show, he comes up to me. He's kind of laughing. He's like, I'm trying to sell some T-shirts or some shit, and he goes, hey man, what's a dirty Sanchez? I went, oh no, don't worry about it, man. I was just messing around. Doesn't mean anything. He goes, no. Seriously, I was just curious because you said it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to. You were talking about sex games, and I want to know what a dirty Sanchez was. I go. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, you stick it in her butt and then you wipe your dick under her nose and make it look like a mustache. And then he just got really pissed off at me. And I went, what? And so he starts wanting to fight me. And he's like demanding an apology, demands that I go apologize to his wife, and how what an asshole I was being. And I'm sitting there going, I wouldn't have even noticed you had y'all not started interrupting the show. But I was like, look, man, I was like, it was a joke. I was joking around. I was fucking around. None of that. It was talk. And he was like, and he was getting fit. He started threatening to take me outside, blah, blah, blah. And he was so drunk. I was like, I probably could have knocked his ass out, but I was just getting frustrated by and so I looked over at Matt, the other guy. I'm like, hey man, this guy wants me to go to apologize to his wife. Matt goes and talks to the owner, and the owner comes over and kind of like starts to deal with it. And the owner finally comes to me because now the guy's getting heated talking to the owner. They're talking over the corner, blah, blah, blah. The owner comes over and goes, hey man, just go over and apologize to his wife. I was like, you keep his ass here. I'll go apologize. If she's that upset about me joking around during a comedy show, then I'll go apologize. I walked over to her and I go, and she's still talking to the other guy at the table. I go, hi, I wanted to apologize for the joke I made earlier at your expense. It was just a joke. I didn't mean to hurt your fifis. I might have been a little condescending because I was pretty pissed off at that point. And the fact that I had to apologize, I never apologize for jokes. And so I went to apologize to her and she goes, oh yeah, it was fine. I didn't think it was okay. I'm like, well, your husband seems to be really pissed off at me. He's trying to fight me outside right now. And she goes, what? And she starts looking around. She goes, is that where he is? She goes, I thought he went to the bathroom. And then she didn't even know. She wasn't even upset. It was just him. He was just, I talked about sex in front of his wife and including her. And it was just like, he couldn't handle it. She took it as a joke. And the other guy was like, what the fuck? Like, it was just weird. And I was like, so that was the closest to never. I mean, I'm sure there's been people that have been kicked out during one of our shows. If they were heckling, I've never actively say, get this motherfucker out of here. I'm tired of this. I've never gone that bad.
I don't think anyone would be shocked about a sex joke at a comedy show, though. I mean,
you know what? It was also early in my career. I could have been a lot more cutting with it than I should have been. I could have been.
Yeah.
Also, I've gotten better to deal. I've dealt with crowds better, hecklers better now than I used to. Yeah. Because it used to be like, just go after them, attack them, make them shut up by getting in their face. And what I've learned, and one of the things I saw when Zach Galifianakis was doing comedy, he would do what I call it like verbal jujitsu, where what you do is instead of attacking that person that's actively heckling you bring them in closer to you. You use their momentum against them, and what you actually are doing is you're standing them up in front of the entire audience that have paid money, and this is the person that's now ruining their show that they've paid for. And I always kind of slip that kind of subtly in. I'm like, no, guys, he's not fucking up your show. I know you paid money. He's not trying to fuck up your show. He's just and then they go, wait, yeah, he is fucking up my show. Like, what the fuck? I want to hear the guy tell jokes, and now this guy won't stop talking. And all of a sudden, now the guy who's heckling me is now looking to me to protect him from this ravenous audience is now pissed at him.
That's smart.
And I started noticing that it was like, if I suddenly look like, now I'm definitely not his friend, I'm pulling him up to show attention to him, to make him a problem. So that is one of the things I learned is not go after them and spitting venom at them. I actually pretend I'm being their friend, and all I'm doing is showcasing
the audience.
Yeah, making the audience realize that he's not with you. You guys are with me. He's the one he's the outlier for you guys and fucking up your money. And instantly you touch someone's money, they get mad. So I've started to use that as a better defense.
And that's good. But real quick, thank you, Mag D, for the $20 tip. We appreciate that very much. Shabisky, you got any other groundbreaking questions?
Shut up, Pam.
It was a decent question. I had a story.
Yeah, he just told this huge, awesome story. You should thank me, Pimp, you fucking asshole. Where's your good questions?
I've asked about 40 of them motherfuckers, you idiot.
None of them as good as mine. None of them came out. That was the best story so far.
Was that the best story?
Yes.
So the Alabama titty story where the old woman was telling about the goddamn fish pond and all that shit wasn't a good story. You saying he only told one?
No, it wasn't as good. They're all good stories.
No, you're telling our guest he only told one good story so far.
No, I did not say that. I said that's the best story.
You're insulting
Phat Pat You are putting words in my mouth, you piece of shit. Okay, I said it's the best story.
Oh, Guinness Book of World Records just contacted me. Shabisky, it's officially the most you've ever spoken in a stream with Pimp. Congratulations.
That's it. I'm smoking more weed.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
It's pissing me off.
Oh, he's taking some Adderall or something today. This motherfucker's talking a lot today for some reason. I always bitch about him not talking. Now I want him to shut the fuck up. Yeah, that one guy, kick him out. The guy that keeps the penis anus guy, moderators just kick him out. He's a fucking bitch.
Tell him he's a dum-dum and then get rid of him.
He's a dum-dum. Well, that was a dope way to fucking say it, wasn't it?
What did he do? He was
a dumb name.
He's been coming here for days now, just fucking trolling, and he starts off with saying stupid shit like asking who you are, then he'll say something about my mom or my daddy. He's just an idiot. Trying to get rid of the fucking troll.
I'm nobody, so there you go.
You're everybody, Pat. You're every woman, but like every man. You think you could take Pat to fight?
Have any of y'all ever done stand up?
I've done like parties and open mics and stuff. Yeah, some shit. I've done pretty good. So I mean, I hadn't had no bad times. I'm trying. I'm gonna start doing it pretty soon. A lot of open mics, and yeah, that's something I'm planning on doing when I start taking a lot of these trips.
Thinking because my plan is to start on my personal YouTube channel is start putting comedy videos, not just like me doing stand up, but doing like kind of like what we're talking about now, like telling not only road stories. I've gotten some video from some of my other friends where I asked them a series of different questions, like funny road stories, things like that.
Yeah.
That happened over time, and then I want to do videos talking about mic nights and material or this, that, and the other, and the do's and don'ts and blah blah blah. And I want to just do a bunch of videos, kind of talking about the shit. Basically, it's like I've learned all this stuff about stand-up comedy, and I have nowhere to put it. And I'm like, I'll just put it on YouTube. I'll just talk into a fucking camera and just explain shit. And so that was that's been one of my plans is to.
Well, my favorite thing is to have stand-up song. I've had a couple on, and like there's this one. What was that dude's name in Canada that right out of the one that shit. I can't remember his name. He was a comedian out of Canada. I enjoy having stand-up songs because I love the stories and stuff because you get more like insight about like what the workings of it, and I like that. Talking to them. Yeah, so I think that's a good idea for you to do. I mean, and also educate some young comedians.
That's why I thought about going back because I haven't been into an open mic room in so long, and now with shit starting to open up, and I was like, maybe I should like go down to like a local open mic, particularly because I haven't been in one in so long. At this point, I don't think anybody would know who I am anymore. Like I used to, if I would. Everyone knew I was the comedian. I was touring and doing shows across the country and all that shit. And so I would walk in and they'd be like, oh, and they'd huddle around me at the end of the show and start talking to me and ask me a bunch of questions. And I was like, I kind of want to just go in and do an open mic night as the new guy that's trying to get into doing open mic and kind of talk to other open micers, which would also give not only be a fun video, but also I think I would know what I should make videos about, because when you talk to open mic, they will say things that are impossibly stupid and are so vague on knowing about comedy, but they will all talk to each other and talk shit. And they're filling their heads with a bunch of lies. And I'm like, that's not how comedy works, dude. That's not how the road works.
Yeah, I think you should somebody like that open mic or whatever. They should shut up and listen to the dudes who've been doing it for a while, and let them teach you some shit. Ask questions. You like it when people like young comedians ask you questions? Because I've heard some people like, "Oh, shut the fuck up," leave me alone.
Most comedians don't mind talking shop, and a lot of times after shows when comedians are hanging out, they'll start telling road stories. They'll start. That's I used to go to James Gregory used to host a Christmas party. He's kind of a big name in the South, but he's an old timer comic now. But we go to his house for I'm trying to think who's the guy that did Jeff Gordon's Gay song, Tim I can't remember his name. Anyway, like he would be at we would have those nights where we had the Christmas party, and then afterwards all the guests would leave and just the comedians would stay, and we would just start talking shop. So you can talk to any comedian in most as long as they're not stuck up their own ass, will talk to you about comedy. They love to talk about it, and they'll tell you stories, and they'll if you want insight. So if an open micer, I always say if an open micer goes to a comedy show, particularly if it's not a big name comedian, someone that you can actually approach if they're playing a comedy instead of doing a theater, like you probably never talk to the guy that's at the theater. But if it's a smaller name guy who's playing the comedy club down the street, Tim Wilson, thank you. Couldn't remember the guy, DJ Fix Soul.
There you go.
God rest his soul. Yes, Tim Wilson did Jeff Gordon. He would be there, and of that ilk. It'd be that. The Carrot Top came to one of the things like way back in the day, but it was like
you like him.
I do like him. Not his stand up. I used to stand up for him as far as defending him when people would shit on Carrot Top, and I was like, I just got popular. Same thing with like Dane Cook. When everyone decided they didn't like Dane Cook all of a sudden, I'm like, you can't sell the amount of records that Dane Cook sold and him not be popular. Like, he was very good, and all of a sudden it was like it became popular not to like him, so everyone all of a sudden hated him. And I saw a lot of people that were hating on Carrot Top. I'm like, can you tell me one of his jokes? Oh, he's a prop comic. I don't know. I'm like, can you tell me anything? Talk about one of his props. Just tell me one thing. And none of them. I'm like, because you've never seen his show. You have no clue what he does. You just know you don't like him because it's popular, and you're too scared to have an actual opinion. So you're just jumping. So I used to defend him. Now, did I like Carrot Top's set?
Not really.
Not really. But I would always defend him. I ended up defending Amy Schumer to a certain extent. And I fucking can't stand Amy Schumer. But it's one of those things where it's like when someone would start mocking or criticizing a comedian and they aren't a comedian, it's like if someone was making fun of your sibling. Like, I can make fun of them, but you can't. Like, you don't get the right to do that. And you can have your opinion. But you can't start rocking any deep opinion for me, and I'll instantly try to defend the comedian. I defend comedians before anything else. So as much as I really don't care much for Amy Schumer, I really did stand up for her and try to justify some of the shit.
Yeah, the thing about
why does other
stage? Oh, sorry, boss. You go.
No, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it takes a hell of a lot of courage to get up on stage and to do a set. Like I used to perform in a band, and I'm not the greatest guitarist, and I used to get nervous as shit. I couldn't imagine putting myself out there so far. I'd be way too afraid to do what you do, is to get up on stage and to perform a 15-minute set of material that I hoped other people would find funny. I'd just die 1,000 deaths inside.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I'd heard this way back in the day, and this could be just bullshit, but they said that the biggest fear in America was public speaking. Second was sharks. And I went, someone would rather get in the ocean with a great white than stand on stage and talk. Like,
yes, it was that my entire life.
And it's terrifying. And I tend to relate a lot to bands, and I would talk to people that toured on as bands. I was like, the only difference really between stand-up comedian and the band is that, particularly if it's a band's primarily just playing covers and nothing too original, maybe slipping in an original track here and there, but is that even if the audience isn't into it, just play your song and it doesn't matter. The song comes to an end at the same time the song comes to an end. What your energy will feed off the crowd. The crowd's really digging it. You will lean in and put on a great show. But if they're not digging it, just finish the song, keep going. Doesn't matter. With a comedian, it's like my obligation is to not only go up there in front of people by myself, but I have to put the right collection of words together that will invoke an emotion out of you. That is really tough. And it's like, I can go up there and talk for 30 minutes. I can do a filibuster, but every 10 to 15 seconds, I have to invoke an emotion out of you at the same time. I can't just, I'm just going to play this song again. No, let's play Journey and just move on. I have to like, wow, that one joke didn't work. I now have to keep going because now I'm a joke behind, no laughs. And as it gets worse and worse, you get in your own head and it starts to fuck with you. So,
and it's just you and a mic. It's not like, not saying that musicians aren't, can be nervous, but at least they got guitars and other guys. So it's just you and the mic.
Yeah, and y'all can lean on each other at the end, but yeah, that really sucked. The crowd was fucking awful. And y'all lean in. I get off the stage and I'm like, well, that sucked. I think I'll go do heroin in the hotel room. Like that's why there's so much drug overdoses with comedians or massive depression and suicide is because that's your life. It's not only being judged, but being judged by people that have no right to judge you only because they bought 2 drinks during the show, and now they get to tell you suck, and then you have to go back. Your girlfriend left you or is fucking somebody else because you're never home. You're never gonna get married and have kids. So you got to put a blanket on it with alcohol, and then what else? What's a better blanket than that? Well, I'll smoke weed. Okay, I'll smoke weed. You ever tried cocaine? And then it just all of a sudden you find yourself living in just this horrible life in a hotel room, waiting for an hour of potentially stimulating things for yourself and trying not to kill yourself. And so it's tough in that respect. If you have a band, even if you're not getting along with the band members, there's someone else to talk to at the end of the day.
Yep. And you've always got the bass player to throw under the fucking bus.
Yes. If he didn't fuck up that bass line, they would have been jumping out of their seats.
You're fired, bass player.
Okay, one real quick question. It's kind of goofy, I guess, but why does other comics hate Larry the Cable Guy so much? Because you hear a lot of them talk shit about Larry.
Well, he's another easy punching bag, I think, for us.
Because it's such a shtick.
Well, first off, he was a radio guy. I think he started off as just he was a stand-up. Dan Whitney is his name, and he would do stand-up comedy, and he would do these bits where he would play characters, and he had several different types of characters. Larry the Cable Guy was a character, and so then he started being the call-in guy that would call in to a radio station as Larry the Cable Guy, and the voice used to be an old man voice. He was his old curmudgeon called Larry the Cable Guy, until he ended up being the in the studio guy, and then the Larry the Cable Guy character started being the popular one, not Dan Whitney, the comedian. So he started just doing this Larry bit. And then that's when when he had to start doing public appearances and he realizes, I'm not an old man. I have to just start doing more just the Southern draw caricature. And so that's when he started doing this. So it was like a shtick, and gimmicks are really obnoxious. We look at gimmicks the same way we look at guitar comics, magicians, ventriloquists. Right. Those are all like they're just doing a gimmick, and the jokes maybe aren't as well rehearsed or as good as the audience is playing it because they're caricaturizing what we're doing. And so I think that's where Larry the Cable Guy catch some flack.
Kind of figured that's what it was.
And it's a lot of simple setup punchline jokes that really kind of just lean in on Southern. I'm Southern. Yeah. And that after a while it starts to get grating to.
I would hate to be that too, because then that's what everybody expects from you, right? They don't want to hear Dan Whitney, like you said. They want to hear Larry the Cable Guy.
Right.
And I would hate to be.
Origin of a language says Carrot Top is a gimmick. Yeah, he's a prop comic. The
he didn't say he liked him. He didn't say he liked him. By the way, he said he defended him.
But he is. Well, I'll always defend the comedian first. Yeah. And Dan Whitney is actually a really, really great guy. Super nice. Like anybody here, if got the chance to hang out with him, you'd take it and you'd really enjoy it. Jeff Dunham is another one where before he was like the big name, I always thought Jeff Dunham was a really good writer, and he's a very good ventriloquist comparatively to other ventriloquists. And I think I said a lot of his bits are actually funny bits, even if you were doing as a duo bit. If you had 2 guys just doing these jokes together, they would work. But to the other side of that is he is using a prop. Yeah, and it's.
I was looking at a list today. I was actually going to bring this up, but we got too good of a conversation. But he's one of the richest comedians there is.
Yeah. He owns everything he does. That's why it's like, but he's the one that didn't, the manager and agent part of it was it. And then he slowly got his name big enough where he would rent his own theaters, sell his own tickets. So he's getting opposed to him being booked by somebody and then them making the money and he just gets his take. He started being where he's 100% in control of and his own production company and the whole thing. Like he does all of it. Same thing that Gallagher ended up doing. He ended up basically running off his own name. He's like, he made 100% of the money he made was his. He didn't.
That's one
use
bit I
anybody
never
else.
did. I couldn't get though. I could not get Gallagher.
I love Gallagher. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I became a fan of his obviously back in the '80s when he was popular, and I was a kid, so it was very, a bright color guy smashing stuff. That's
as a kid,
as a kid, it's really great. And as I got older, some of the bits were not as well flushed out. As you start to get a little older, smarter about it. Yeah. But he also has some very good bits that I think got overshadowed by the props and the smashing of the watermelon thing. It was like, I felt like he was a better comic. Like there was a better comic hidden in there, but he got stuck into this. Same with Dan Whitney, doing Larry King. Kind of got stuck in, this is what's going to make me money, and money over everything. So, but I have a fair amount of respect for Gallagher because he's a big reason of why I became a comedian. Because even at kindergarten, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to tell jokes. Yeah. So he is, I won't, him and Howie Mandel, those were the two when I was in like kindergarten, first grade. That's who I thought.
A lot of people should Howie stand up. I think Howie was a good stand up.
He's very good stand up.
I was actually going to ask that. When was the first time you knew you wanted to start to tell jokes? So thank you for basically kindergarten.
He read your mind.
I want to say it was in first grade. We were, working on writing out sentences and stuff. And the question was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And everyone was writing, cowboy, astronaut, whatever. And I just wrote, I want to be a comedian like Gallagher and Howie Mandel. Literally, I don't know how I spelled it back then, but that's what I wrote.
I said, I want to be homeless. Very aware.
Well, then you nailed it. Success.
Yes, I'm homeless. There you go.
They've been asking me that question for 48 years now, and I still go, I don't know.
Real quick, when you were talking about comedians talking behind the scenes, I was going to tell you one of my favorite things to watch is like comedy roundtables when they just sit down and talk to each other. Comedians talking to each other is the funniest fucking thing because you can see how they rag each other, how they, it's great. I love that. It's my favorite.
That's why, like, when you ask the question about, is comedy under attack? I'm like, holy shit. If any of these people that are already upset with the joke that's being told on stage, you would be horrified to hear the jokes that are being told in the green room.
Yeah.
Comedians will say the most fucked up shit to each other and in front of each other. Like, so you can't have a regular audience come in and view that because the shit we say, because we all know that we're just joking. There's nothing behind it. You can make a racist joke and no one looks at you as a racist. But you tell a racist joke on stage, they're like, well, it's because he's racist. And no one takes it seriously when you're talking around. So you can say the worst shit ever.
Yeah, the thing that pisses me off about people getting pissed off at comedians, though, for telling jokes, is you're only reflecting what you see in the world. Yeah. It's reality, and if you can't make fun of reality, then it's bad. You're gonna fucking put a gun in your mouth and blow your brains out.
I do want to go back. There was a question that Rising Girl 13 is that right?
Supportive of each other. Yeah.
She says, Pat, I've heard that the comedy scene is very supportive of one another. Has that been your experience? Pretty much. But like any job, there's cliques. There's the people that don't like the other people because of this. If you're a guitar act, you might have a tough time with people that aren't guitar acts, and the purists. The New York comics are very supportive of each other, but outsiders they might not like. They might not like the Southern act coming in here. People think Jeff Foxworthy, and all they think is you might be a redneck guy. Oh yeah, that's all he's got. He got one joke. I'm like, he literally has only done 3 you might be a rednecks on stage at any given time. He doesn't. His whole set's not you might be a redneck. He wrote a lot of books and had a whole bunch of shit merch and made a fuck ton of money. Off a bit of him basically dealing with a heckler is how that started. People that were looking down on him from the audience, and he basically said, you might be a redneck, and he started kind of comparing their lives and showing that they're not too far off. That's how that bit started. So he would only tell like 3, maybe 4 of the you might be rednecks. It was just a premise. That was all it was. But it blew up. There was that, you look at Chris Rock had the Bring the Pain album where he did the difference between black people and N-words. And but he didn't get shoehorned into that one bit. Jeff Foxworthy
Bill
did.
Engvall got the same thing, but here's your sign. Shit,
Yeah, here's your sign. Yeah, and it became. I mean, I really don't like Bill Engvall either, but yeah, I thought he was a lot more hokey than the other guys on the show, even more than the Larry.
Ron White is fucking amazing, though. Let's just say that.
I would definitely say that my style of comedy is much more in line with Ron White, than anybody else.
I love his stand-up.
And even Ron, and he lives here in Atlanta. Well, he has multiple places, but he's here in Atlanta a lot, and he drops by open mic nights all the time. We see him constantly.
Yeah.
So
I know you got to go pretty soon.
But but he'll sit there. Like I actually became friends with Ron White's sister.
Okay.
Like back on MySpace. That's how I got kind of more around Ron. But Ron was, even at the time when he got put on the blue collar, he goes, I'm the one guy that doesn't fit in this group, because he goes, my material is a lot more edgy. I curse and I do all this. So like if the first blue collar, he only did a 15 minute set. Like they really cut his set down to nothing. And Larry had a bigger set than him. And it was like, but Ron, I think out of all of them, outside like Jeff, really had a big explosion as far as the stand-up career goes. Mm-hmm. Some of the other guys kind of just went off, did movies, or you might be smarter than a fifth grader kind of shit. Yeah. But Ron kind of stuck in the comedy world and got his comeuppance, but he had been in it forever.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot of movies. I mean, he's done some stuff, but
he pops in for like bit parts and stuff, but he doesn't. Yeah, he's not full time shit.
I love it, and then see it now. Like one of my favorite podcasts to ever watch was when he was on Joe Rogan's show. He did it like twice, I think, but the first one, it was him and Joe just shooting the shit about comedy. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Ron White. Love him to death.
And he can, and the thing is, he's very down to earth. That's the other thing. I think the other thing that makes me like a comedian even more is that when they have full rights to be a complete jackass, and even some that don't have the right to be a jackass, but act like jackasses anyway. And there's some that I know were very, very funny. They were on their way up, and all of a sudden it's like their career stalled. And I was like, this literally has to do with what a jackass you are.
Yeah.
And Ron White has just been such a nice guy the whole way through, and very inviting. He'll invite comedians over to his house and shit, and you can go drink at his bars. And I think the first time, it was right before Blue Collar came out. I was at the Punchline. He popped in to do like a 20-minute set. I was doing open mic, and I know the couple of other micers that went up before him, they started claiming that they opened for Ron White on like their bios. And I was like, he popped in to work on because he was about to do a theater, his first time doing a theater. Yeah. He literally came in for 20. You can't claim. But he would never shut anybody down. If they said that they opened for Ron White, he said, sure, we didn't care.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Now, before you do go, did you ever get to meet Ralphie May?
I did.
He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was friends with Kathleen Madigan. Kathleen is one of the first comedians I talked to when I was first doing open mics. Kathleen Madigan is absolutely one of my favorite comedians. And she's very studious on her jokes. Literally had a composition book out in front of her where she would write down how long it took her to tell a certain joke, how long to expect the laugh, and what the total between the two were, so she could keep her set exactly right. Dang. I'd never seen that. It was insane how good she was at, and she recorded all of her sets. And she's good friends with Ron White, so she's always hanging out with Ron and stuff. She's always down here. So she was really good friends. She did a USO tour with him and with Ralphie May and Lewis Black. And I met him at the Laugh Factory in LA. I was out there. Technically I was there. It was right when Dane Cook, Harmful If Swallowed. This is before his big blow up. He had just released the Harmful If Swallowed, which was the Comedy Central Presents, essentially, stand up. And he was supposed to be headlining that night. And last minute Dane Cook pulled out and Ralphie was subbed in. And I knew Ralphie from the Last Comic Standing. I thought out of all the guys that were on Last Comic Standing, Ralphie was the only one that I saw on that show, even though I thought the show was complete bullshit. Yeah. And clearly with Ralphie didn't win. It was like the show was bullshit. It was so faked.
He was the funniest on that.
Yeah, he was the funniest, and he was the most curated comedian out of everyone on that show. So when I went to see him, it was the first time I was going to see him live and actually do his full set instead of the little snippets I'd seen from Last Comic Standing. And so this was like probably just on the heels of Last Comic Standing. So this was not too long after the first season. And Kathleen Madigan actually was on the second season. That's weird. I didn't even think about that. So anyway, he goes up in place of Dane Cook, who was on the rise at the moment. And I went in there, and there was a comedian named Godfrey, not Gilbert Godfrey. Black comedian called just Godfrey. He was the second 7-Up guy, if he even remembers that whole idea. So he was hosting. Godfrey was hosting. Bob Saget went up. Michael, what's his name? Kramer. Fuck, man, I'm so bad with names. Whatever his name was. Fuck, what's Kramer's name? Y'all know it.
I don't.
This is before he went off saying the N-word shit, if anybody remembers that shit, when he went off on an audience member.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Bob Saget, Godfrey, Michael Richards, is that right? And then who's the other guy? Oh, Judah Freelander, guy from 30 Rock.
Yeah, I know Judah.
And I want to say that might have been it. So I'm in there in the audience, and I'm watching the show, and I'm watching all these big name, like Bob Saget, and it was fucking awful. Bob Saget sucked, and like none of them are respecting the light. You get a light in the back of the room that lets you know your time's up. Bob Saget, light goes off, then goes over and grabs a guitar and starts playing guitar for another like 10 minutes. It was like it made no sense. They were just fucking around. They were just fucking around. It was nothing. So the whole night I'm watching these big name comedians, names that everyone knows. They are marquee comedians, and Ralphie May's headlining. I'm like, the guy who just finished Last Comic Standing, like he wasn't a big name yet. He wasn't anything. And I'm like, he's headlining in front of, I was like, that's got to be tough. And I watched 5 other big name comics go up there and just suck. And they were just horrible. And I remember thinking, I'm going to kill it in LA because these guys can't write shit. And then I watched Ralphie May up, and I saw a comedian for the first time that night. Was Ralphie May got up and did fucking comedy. He got the audience in his fucking hand, and he fucking worked that room. And I was like, I had massive respect when I talked to him after the show and shit. And I was like, this guy, and he's a big boy, or was a big boy.
Yeah, he was.
He's probably a lot skinnier now, but that was I met him out where I thought he was a very genuine guy, sweetheart. And a true fucking comedian.
Yeah, Shabisky, the reason that joke he just told was funny because Ralphie May's dead. So I have to explain that to you, Shabisky. That's why he's a whole lot skinnier now, because he's dead.
Okay.
See, I thought that was fucking hilarious when you said that. I thought that was hilarious. But I love Ralphie May. He was one of my favorites of, like, I consider like modern day comics. He's one of my favorites. And of course, Dave Chappelle is my favorite modern day comic.
I like Dave Chappelle a lot.
Yeah, he's so awesome. But I guess if I had to pick of all time, it's going to be Richard Pryor or Joe Rogan. I mean, not Joe Rogan, George Carlin, sorry.
Well, yeah, George Carlin would definitely, Richard Pryor, those are like staples, though. Those
there's obvious.
That's like saying my favorite band's AC/DC. Like, okay, we get it. You like rock and roll music. It's like, who's going to argue?
But what gets me is that people always talk about, George Carlin was such a smart comedian. Yes, he was. But so was Richard Pryor. He was fucking smart as hell.
Yeah.
And
I like Jimmy Carr from England.
I like Jimmy Carr. The problem with English comics I see as far as American audiences is that English comics are very, very dry, and and they run into the same problem that I have with like Alabama audiences, where it's like you almost have to spoon feed some of the audience. Sometimes they don't get it. And Richard Carr is one of those, like the punchline has already passed the audience before they realize that was the punchline, and it's like. They get they get whiplash because they have to like what they're listening intently and they're waiting for the punchline, but the punchline just went past them, and then they have to go, oh wait, that was it, and then it's like they have to catch back up on the joke.
Yeah, he's
but I like him a lot. Yeah,
he's very smart. He's very smart though.
I watched one of his skits, and he said the dirtiest joke he has ever heard was told to him in an Australian pub. and I won't repeat it on air, but I don't know, you might be aware of the joke, and it's but when I heard that, I was absolutely delighted to know that one of the most filthy comics on the face of the planet, the dirtiest joke he ever heard was told to him in an Australian pub. I was very proud of that fact. But he's a great comic, and who's the red-headed guy from the Scottish guy? Ah, shit.
Oh, Connor guy. Which one are you talking about? There's one I just saw. His name was something Connor something.
No, he's been around for a while, and he was just had the filthiest mouth. I can't believe I forget his fucking name. And he used to be on the bunch of shows with Bill Bailey and Stephen Fry. He used to go on Stephen Fry's show. Jesus, I can't believe I forget his name. Oh. But he used to just drop C-bombs and everything way before most other comics were doing it.
Before we got popular and dropping C-bombs, yeah.
He was doing it, and people were just horrified. And
that's the other thing, you can't in America, it's like you can't drop the cunt bomb right in front of people's faces because they don't deal with it well.
Because they're a bunch of cunts.
But I have really noticed in America over the last 20 years that America used to literally say the C-bomb or C word. Most average Americans wouldn't even utter the word itself. It's like you're nearly Australian now, America, because you just dropped just so casually.
I literally the last show I did, the one caveat to the show was they said don't say the C word. Before I got off stage, I said the C word. I couldn't help it. You can't tell me not to do something. Yeah. And I slipped it in there, and no one noticed. I went, see, it was not that bad.
I remember his name now too. Frankie Doyle. Frankie Doyle was his. He's fucking funny as fuck, that guy.
By the way, Random Explorer, I love Mitch Hedberg. He was fucking amazing.
I was supposed to see Mitch. He was gonna be playing the Punchline Comedy Club in Atlanta. It was like a March show, I think, and then he died right before the show. Like within 3 months of the show, he died, and I was like really bummed out because I was gonna finally get to meet him and shit. And I was like completely devastated.
The way he did his one-liners it was like so random, but it made sense. It was just
I would tell people when they were, particularly if they ever said, I say, well, who's the comedian that you idolize, or who's the one that you would say that you were the closest like, and back in the day it was more popular than it is now, but they would say Mitch Hedberg. I'm like, okay, don't do anything Mitch does. I was like, I would never say attempt to do stand-up the way Mitch Hedberg does. Horrible stage presence, horrible delivery,
but it worked for him.
And I was like, he makes it work. Mm-hmm. Just accept that he made it work. And if you even attempt to make that work, everyone's just going to see you as a Mitch Hedberg clone.
Yeah.
And I was like, so
same thing with Sam Kinison, by the way.
Yeah, just shouting, yelling at people.
Yeah, but for some reason he knew how to make that shit work.
Yeah.
And he was good at it too. I love Sam Kinison.
And Bobcat. What about Bobcat?
Well, speaking of Bobcat, I was doing a show in Joey's Comedy Club. It was in outside Denver, and no, not Denver, Detroit. I was in Detroit. That's right. And so I'm playing this place called Joey's. I think they bulldozed a building now. But Bobcat was playing there, and I was talking, and the open micer guy was talking to him as well, and we were sitting there, and I didn't even know this was a thing. The open micer guy said something about what happened with like you and Sam Kinison, and Bob got furious. They had a giant falling out, and Bobcat was like happy he was dead and fuck that fat Bobcat Goldthwait had bad blood with Sam Kinison, like to the extent that the shit that Sam Kinison did was just fucked up, and that Sam was just trying to fuck with his career. It was like even when the guy was just like, hey, just what happened? Bob like got heated and like was. I'm like, wow, man, he is still holding on to this grudge, and Sam is dead, and he is just like spitting out of the grave, like can't even. I'm like, wow. I was like, I'm glad I didn't bring it up.
Whoa,
I didn't know there was a thing, and apparently it was.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's totally a thing.
Didn't they do a sitcom or something together or something?
I guess it definitely spin from something that they had done together. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's weird. I love Kennison though. I knew Kennison and Andrew Dice Clay had a feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, theirs was a lot more tame than his and Bobcats. I had no.
Yeah. They said it wasn't as public, huh? You still need to go, or are you cool, or what?
I can hang out for a little bit longer. I'm sure my wife is asleep by now. I know I have to get up in the morning, but I'll be cool.
I seen your wife. I didn't see her, but I seen y'all showing pictures of her on QVC the other day.
Oh yeah, she's got to go back on QVC again on Friday. I'm like, God damn, I gotta set up all the camera shit again. Fuck.
That's cool. Hey, she making that money, bro.
Yeah, I can't be mad about it.
Yeah, gotta respect the hustle. You're right, Shabisky.
She bought me a giant werewolf.
Yeah, Miss Parker brought that up in the chat room. She said, "Don't be alarmed or something. There's a creepy guy behind you or something."
That's Zeb. That's Zeb. He's a zombie.
Zeb.
Zeb.
Zeb. We got to say about Zeb, Shabisky.
That's neat.
Yeah.
God, you suck.
You're so eloquent with your words.
What did I do?
Poignant. You know,
Yeah.
It's quality, not quantity. I get it.
See, Phat Pat understands me, Pam.
Well, he's the only motherfucker I ever met that does.
Can I say?
Nothing. Nothing. That's what you can say. You have
Shut
to say
up.
nothing.
Okay,
What can I say?
I'm getting a blowjob from Snotbot, okay? I'm busy enjoying it, okay?
And I've got to ask because
You shut up down there.
A current year Space Odyssey is episode 2, maybe.
Look, that is always the episode 2 is always on the table.
Thank God.
I think honestly, we have shot stuff before. I'll blame Fane. I'll throw him under the bus. He's not here. Fuck him. The shit that we shot all of a sudden got tabled because Fane never shot his side of the shit. And it got to this point where it's like, now the stuff that we shot is so kind of outdated that doesn't even, not that it matters because nothing we do matters. But it was just the only thing I think that really hung us up on the current year Space Odyssey that we're doing was that it took us 3 months to get everything filmed, get it edited. I mean, we were having rendering problems. It was like the computer just didn't have the power so we had to render it out in like vignettes. And it was such an undertaking to get that thing to come to fruition. And it barely made 3,500 views. And that's with shout outs from like some black guy and Jeff Holiday shit. Like those people were shouting out the video and it barely mustered 3,500 views. And I was like, is it really worth the amount of effort? And even though it's probably our favorite video because we put so much of what we knew, how we knew how to edit and things we knew to do to make that thing happen. We're just trying everything and throwing it at the wall. And it was just we wanted to be so epic and over the top. We did new stings for it and did all this work for it. And it was like, man, it took 3 months to get it to come together. And it was like, not that the views mattered really, but at the end of the day, it's like we could shoot something just talking into the camera and hit 50,000 views, or we could try to shoot for 3 months, get something that's going to be a headache to finish editing but we love it. We have the costumes. I don't think Fane will fit his anymore. he got the quarantine 15 real fast.
No.
So it was like all that, and I think we've wanted the stuff that we did shoot. I wanted to use for anything, even if we just use it for like stings that people like teasers of shit that never came out. It just hasn't happened, and it will really. I'm just going to leave it at Fane's doorstep. If he wants to shoot something for it, we're all about it, and we'll probably get right back into doing it. Well, but
as a fan, I would be fucking over the moon if I saw part 2 pop up one day.
Yeah,
I think
if it was going to happen, it would definitely be something that would just come out of the blue. We wouldn't even announce it. It would just be like all of a sudden one day it's just on there, and if people see it, they see it. We just
man.
Promote it too much.
I fucking love that thing. I've watched it like 10 times now. I go back and watch it all the time because it's just.
Oh, so do we. So we're probably the people that help give it some views. So thank you.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, folks, actually, I'm going to link it now in the chat because this video is fucking great.
It's awesome.
That's the video that helped us get like we are still actively making videos, but not for ourselves. We make videos for companies and commercials and shit now. So like that's where a lot of our editing is going into. But like that video kind of showcased what we could do, and we got a lot more attention from companies because people said, "Oh, well,
that's good.
They could make that." So the Seven Deadly Studios is that, which is what our company is. That is still actively making videos. It's just when we have time, that's what takes up our time. And to shoot videos for yourself has become difficult. But
because you can actually earn a living when you're not doing it for YouTube.
Yes, that's basically we learned. YouTube algorithm is too difficult to surpass, but showcasing your own shit so you can link it to potential clients is also very good. So
yeah. So later, I've just dropped that in chat after the show. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch it 50 times. It's fucking great.
It is.
There you go.
Finding a voice actor that sounded a lot like Morgan Freeman was tough, and then having to pay for that Morgan Freeman-esque voice.
You should have hired Shabisky. He sounds just like Morgan Freeman.
I got to ask, did you hire Frank from that channel? Because he sounds a bit like Freeman, the dude that does the animal doco.
No, it was we did look. We look at reaching out to other voice actors and try to find anybody we can get, and we found this one guy, and his demo reel was really good. And we're like, this guy can land a script, and I was like, we're asking him to do this epic sound. I was like, we want Morgan Freeman, and this guy gave us a real close Morgan Freeman. I was like, I'll take it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
but he's expensive.
Awesome.
He was an expensive one.
Oh, it shows though that the whole video is just really fucking great. I personally think it's a fucking awesome video. I may be slightly biased because I've been watching your stuff for years now. So
yeah,
anyway.
I'll you know what? Maybe I'll try to light a fire under Fane's ass. Maybe we'll try to get something written out, just even if it's a small video. But we'll try to do something soon.
That'd be awesome, dude.
I've got another kid on the way, so I'll have a certain level of free time and a lot of free time gone. So I will see. But as long as I have it scheduled right, we can always shoot anything. That was the whole idea. The whole point of that Current Year Space Odyssey was so when I had a kid, I could just film from my house studio, film it on green screen, so we could just do it separately instead of having to sit next to each other all the time. That was the whole purpose of that video. And then we just were like, it was a lot of work and it just doesn't feel like it paid off. It costs a lot of money to make it. And I was like, okay, then we're just doing it because we love it. And I'm like, okay. But now we have all the shit. I'm like, might as well do it. So
well, if you got hardware that could maybe take care of the rendering and not be such, because I remember the first time I asked you, that was the big issue. So basically our PC
we have a better we have a better computer. Like the computer I'm using right now is our old computer, and it's even better than the one we rendered that on. So like we completely tore this computer apart, new pieces. The only thing that's really original from that is just the box that houses everything. Everything is new. So this one's more powerful than the one that we made that video on. And then the other computer we bought that's at the actual studio, that one's the hot rod. And I think we're going to buy a bigger computer than that. So we'll see.
That's
awesome. Cool. Oh, thanks, dude.
Well,
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just need to whoop Pat's ass is what you need to do. I mean, Fane, what the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, look, whip my ass, then I'll whip his ass. It's a chain of whipping.
Whip Fane's ass. Spiky motherfucker won't answer a DM, damn it.
Yeah.
I love Fane, though. He's a nice guy. He really is a nice guy.
Yeah, for a giant piece of shit. Yeah, he's a
for a giant piece of shit.
One other question. With everyone getting vaccines in America, will there be a Halloween this year?
Yes.
We did awesome.
We did one last year, but it was very small scale. We really didn't go over the top, and we still had a fair amount of turnout for it. We were kind of surprised, but yes, the Wheel of Misfortune will be back. We will probably do a live stream with it like we did last time or the time before last. So we'll get the wheel going. Now my daughter's old enough to really get it. She went last year and she didn't exactly understand what was happening, but she likes the candy. And now she's old enough, she's gonna rock
enjoy it more, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude, because we don't really do a big Halloween in Australia, so I like it. And the missus, there's not much trick or treating or anything. No one really does anything. So to see what you guys do in America, and your whole street is basically alive with people, and you've got this thing going, and you.
Oh, well, we go over the top with it. It's a little more than what most people are doing, but it's definitely our houses. The Wheel of Misfortune has gotten so popular in the area that people come from other neighborhoods to start rolling in, and we had about 200 kids that showed up last year.
Wow!
I was like, okay, we're gonna have to start. And I told Fan, I was like, look, man, we're gonna have to start getting other people to come help us do it, because now with just the two of us, there's too much going on. There's too many people grabbing at candy, spinning wheels, and no one knows what the fuck's happening. Yeah. I was like, we're really gonna actually have to have someone working the wheel, someone working the candy, and us doing the shouting with our bullhorns and stuff. We just yell through bullhorns at people, and I tend to just mock the kids coming up and make fun of their outfits.
No, it's awesome to watch. Everyone's having a lot of fun at those things. So I always enjoy watching the stream.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, wait till Halloween this year. We'll probably definitely. I like that. I like to leave the probably in there, because Fane could be going to jail. Who knows? I could be dead by then. So we'll see. But awesome. I probably do need to get going. But I did enjoy hanging out with you guys.
I enjoyed it a lot, brother. You're always a good one.
Shabisky, shut the fuck up.
You shut up. Why you gotta be rude? I'm just trying to talk to you.
Talk too much, man.
I'm just trying to get to know you, babe.
You offended him, Shabisky.
Yeah,
good.
He's got to sue us now.
That means I did a good job.
You did a good job of shutting the fuck up.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, Pat. Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Oh, are you gonna kick him off the show now? Oh my god. Oh my god. You see what just happened?
Wow. You figured that out.
Shit.
Real quick, Luna, the link is in your Instagram. She's gonna take over the second hour we're already in, but we're gonna go over like we always do. So Luna, come on in with your vagina.
I so hope that
was a good
the second video on that series gets made, because I fucking loved it.
Oh, that was a really enjoyable conversation. I always have great conversations with Pat, and don't worry about it, Shabisky. The first time I ever had Pat on, Red, I did the same thing, because when me and Pat started talking comedy, we kind of just got that flow and stuff. So you do, yeah.
Look, I will say that, in my opinion, some of the best shows we've done is with Pat, because we actually don't do any shenanigans, but we still have really enjoyable conversations about the comedy fucking industry. And I actually wanted to ask him real quick, because
he's going.
Oh, no, but I'll do
God damn it! You should have already asked him.
No, it was a bit of we were on a pretty good level of happiness there. But I wanted to talk about what's happened to Friendly Geordies in Australia. You know how I've been talking about the laws that they've been bringing in? Well, 2 days ago, the Friendly Geordies producer, who's a YouTuber, his producer was arrested by the fucking counter-terrorism fucking fixated unit squad, because he's been making videos about the Deputy Premier of New South Wales and talking shit. Mm-hmm. Well, the Deputy Premier unleashed the fucking dogs, i.e. a counter-terrorism fixated person squad, and went and arrested the YouTuber's producer. So that's why that's why I deleted all my social media and shit, because if you say the wrong thing, you get a fucking counter-terrorism squad coming through your house, nearly killing your dog, assaulting your mum, and arresting you on trumped-up fucking charges. This is going to be great. Wait till you see what happens in the next few weeks about the Friendly Geordies shit that's going down Australia. He's a YouTuber that managed to piss off a Deputy Premier of a state, and they unleashed the counter-terrorism fucking police squad onto the YouTuber's producer. And they raided his fucking house and arrested him and put him under such draconian bail conditions, it's horrifying. So if you give a fuck about free speech and comedy, keep an eye on that. I didn't want to bring that up because it would have put us on a bit of a poopy. But that was a great
real quick. Me and Shabisky has an announcement, by the way. We gotta make a I wanted to
get married.
Oh yeah, we are, but I wanted to do it at the beginning of the second hour, but we got to talking. The Wood has reached $300 a month on Patreon. We've actually reached $600 and something a month on Patreon. So that means starting in July, we're going. I got to figure out the reason I'm starting in July is because I got to figure out the format, right? Where we're going to go, not the format, but the platform. The platform to do private shows. We're going to be doing 2 private shows a month for $5 and above patrons. You got to be $5 and above. The dollar patrons pretty much gets a thank you from us, and then the $5 above gets private shows. We also got. I have filled out the other tiers. We got. Actually, I can read some of the tiers for you right quick to let you know what you can get. Give me just a second. Got to get over here and do it. By the way, we're very happy about this, and we're also very grateful. Is what I'm trying to get to. We're very grateful. Me and Shabisky both, and Red Eye. Everybody who is involved with the wood is very grateful. Let me see right here. Where's the goddamn tiers at? Oh, just got to get over there.
Down my face.
Yeah, those kind of. So $1 a month gets a big fat wood thank you and access to any private Discord. So you do get when we do any kind of like private Discord hangouts, which we will do some. You get an invite to that as well. $5 a month you get $5 a month monthly private show access to Patreon only shows. Be aware we do 2 shows a month, but it is live events, and so yeah, we will send you the link through Patreon. Patreon emails is where so make sure you check your emails and stuff. We'll set up dates and all that, and then $10 will get you Pimpmunk Theater, which I should have changed that to Wood Theater, which is basically once a month me and Shabisky will watch a movie with you guys, and we'll give our commentary on the movie and shit privately and stuff like that. And then we've got $20 a month. It goes to 20. Which is this perk level grants you a shout out from Pimpmunk and Shabisky on an episode of The Wood. Whatever it is you want to shield, if you want to shield something, we will shield it for you with the shout out and stuff like that. Then it goes to $50 a month, which is
something reasonable that we
something reasonable. Yeah, actually,
there's things that we can't chill.
Yeah, if you're trying to chill a crab claw dildo, we'll do that.
We can do that.
Like if it's your YouTube channel or something like that, or your artwork or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you got
not your butthole.
Well, if you got like a what's it called, Etsy or whatever, whatever it's called, where you're selling things, we'll shill that shit. But now, if it's sex stuff and stuff, we can't. You know what I mean?
No prison wallets.
Yeah, nothing like that. Okay, $50 we allow you. Okay, it says $50 is the perk level. Pimpmunk and Shabisky. This perk level allows you to join Pimpmunk and Shabisky and the Wood crew for a part of an episode of The Wood. We choose which episode you show on and like that. Now, then there's $100. So some people have gold stars, but here this is the wood stars. This is the wood stars here. Some people have gold stars, but here we have wood stars. And with this tier, you get all things above. Plus, you will be given shout outs during every episode. Every episode, we will shout you out at the end of the show. Every episode of The Wood, and guaranteed guest spots on all private shows if you want to be there. You can join us as a guest on the private shows. And and there's going to be more tiers added later, I promise you. So that's what we got going on right now. So if you want to do that, join the private shows. Make sure you do a $5 and above. And starting next month, we will do once every 2 weeks, basically, is what we're going to do. And then we do the $10 a movie. Now, that should be a lot of fun, because Shabisky's used to doing movie nights. I really don't do movie nights, but we're going to do this. And we're also going to do a tier, and we may add it to one of the tiers, or we may just create another one where I play games with Shabisky and stuff. And you can, some of you may be able to even join and hang out with us. So we'll figure it out. So we're very happy, very excited about this. We're very excited to be making some actual money on the Patreon. And to be completely open, public, because this is part of the company of Phat Pat Productions. To be completely open, we're very transparent here. The deal is Shabisky gets 40%, I get 60%. Red Eye doesn't get nothing because he refuses it.
Yep.
So
that's for all the people out there. It's just like, yeah, I don't get any of the money supporting Pimps. Okay, yeah. I don't get nothing.
And one of the reasons, and also make this clear, one of the reasons I get a little bit more is because I also do random streams on my channel and stuff, right? So yeah, I do other stuff on my channel. So this was originally my Patreon anyway. I just added my money to it. It's what I did. But we're very proud and I want to thank Shabisky for being a part of this and helping us get there and all that stuff. So, we're very excited about this. And big shout outs to the big fucking patron, which is a smart man. We all know who he is. Got big hair. Looks like a dude from Back to the Future.
Yeah. And he's maybe related to Sasquatch.
Yeah, he related to Sasquatch. Helped us get where we. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to start streaming some games on your Discord server. We'll set it up so it's in a Patreon only section. So patrons, if they want to pop in and tell me to fuck off or say hello or whatever, while I'm playing Mech Warrior and a couple other games, that's going to start happening. But I won't be doing it while either Shabisky or Pimp are live because I don't want to poach any of the views. So that'll be just like an extra bonus thing. When they're not live, I might jump into Discord.
Do whatever you want to, buddy.
Stream. Yeah, but I
just not with me. Do it when he's live. Don't do it when I'm live.
Yeah, no, look, he's a reality check. Like I'm going to be able to compete with fucking either of you guys fucking streaming shit. Get fucking real.
Compete with him. He's a dumbass.
Yeah,
No, I love the
dumbass. Shab fan may disagree slightly, but
I'm very proud of because look, I'm very close. We're very close to the Patreon to where I used to be at one point. At one point I used to make $900 a month on Patreon when YouTube wasn't fucking me. YouTube didn't fuck us over. So you got to think, had these two little dudes right here. Well, one big dude, one little dude, but you know what I'm saying. Not as big as YouTubers as other guys. And hey, I've seen guys with million subscribers not make as much as we're making on Patreon. So, and so, we're working hard. We do work hard at this, and we're going to stay loyal to you guys and always add fresh stuff to the Patreon. We're going to always try to, get together and, come up with fresh ideas and stuff. And we are going to add more tiers, but I don't want, 60 goddamn tiers. I don't want that. No. I mean, I want, to keep it kind of simple. And that's what I did. And so that's the reason I didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like some people do. I just went 1, 5, and 10, 20 like that. So, anyways, I'm very proud of it. We're very thankful to you guys, for everybody who dollar Patreons and above. We appreciate you. But I do suggest if you want to become a patron, at least become a $5 one. That way you get the private show.
Yeah. But and also I'm hoping merch, i.e. t-shirts and the like, will be back on the
we're trying. I'm trying. I got a bunch of shit going on that went wrong and stuff like that. And but Patreon's offering merch stuff now.
Are they?
You can do merch on Patreon now.
Huh. What's the t-shirt quality like?
I don't know. I haven't. Yeah, I think you have to pay a certain percentage of what you make. Not a big percentage, just like a little percentage. But I don't know what the deal is. I have to look more into it. I just now seen it the other day.
We definitely need to get the shirts and the coffee mugs going and shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we're excited. We're excited with what we're doing on the wood. We really are. Me and Shabisky tries hard, and I try hard, and Shabisky follows.
Shabisky makes 3-course meals and eats pizza with a fork. But hey, Shabisky do what Shabisky do.
I don't get grease on my hands. Look
all right, motherfucker. Why did I see you eat a fucking hamburger yesterday with juice pouring all over your fucking paws?
Am I going to use a fork to eat that? Really? How is that going to work out?
All right, but why is it okay to get?
At least works out. I can go good, and then but with a cheeseburger, what am I going to do? Stab the middle of the fucking burger? Eat around? What am I going to do?
My point is in orbit, flying over your head yet again, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's always that's Shabisky, man. Real quick, We do have 100. I do have $150 goal tonight. I have 100. We've made 20 so far, so we need 130. Y'all need to tip a little bit. And thank you, Raisin. Raisin said my beard is looking extra sexy tonight.
Wow. Get a room, you two. Get a room. Wow.
Oh yeah, looking
Tiger
sexy.
growl.
Oh, pimpy.
What?
You're like a cat, like dying.
That went from like a sick cat to indecent exposure. What's going on?
Poor cat. Is it dead?
It sounds like it's fapping while trying to cough up a hairball. No?
Poor thing.
Yeah, you definitely want to join and get into that, Matt, because we're gonna do some movies. And actually, I think me and Shabisky, like, when we decide this movie, we'll throw it out to you guys like suggestions and stuff for movies and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I like to let the you can on Patreon do polls on there or ask your people in general just like what they would like for a movie night.
Yeah.
And then you could do like a poll and have everybody choose between the things that the Patreon suggested, patrons suggested.
And we will only allow patrons in that, by the way. It's only for patrons. $10 a month for patrons.
There may be a vetting process.
Patron only movie nights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, now the dollar, if you can't only afford $1, you just want to throw a little bit of support. You are going to have like I said, we get a thank you for us, but you also get access to like when me and Shabisky will go in just talk shit sometimes on voice chat and Discord. You'll get the access to that. So just making because I know a lot of you can't afford the 20s and up, but if you can, though, those are good ones. The 20 the 20 and up ones are good ones. Go ahead.
I think we could open up the Discord section for dollar Patreon so if like I was streaming a game, at least they get something.
Absolutely. You're part of the Wood Crew, so definitely you go in, you can play a game if you want to, and they can join in with you and hang out. And same thing with Luna and anybody else that we consider part of the Wood family. If they want to do something private on Discord, want to hang out, yeah. And Shabisky, he likes hanging out with people more than I do. So he may go in sometimes and just do private on his own and hang out with you guys. He likes that. He likes talking to people. I don't like you people that much.
Well, I was actually thinking I wanted to talk to Shab about doing a weekly or maybe a monthly roundup on gaming news.
That's something you guys can do. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of interesting shit going on. Plus, we actually need to do a pokey report, I think, where kids can't delete
you can actually report. I tell you what, if you want to do a special show on the channel sometime, pokey private YouTube channel. You can do private YouTube shows, right? You can do it for the Patreons, a pokey report or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know if you want to do a monthly gaming show or something, just a gaming roundup on the latest and greatest.
Whatever you want to do, Shabby can do it. He just got to tell me, and we'll let him have the access. I need to make Shabisky a manager of this channel anyway. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. He needs to be a manager of this channel.
I feel like some of this stuff would be cool for us to do on my new channel.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Some of this stuff.
Look, it's all under the one umbrella. It's not like we're trying to fucking take views away from Pimp's channel or anything. It's like I'm working with the Wood Crew. I
am.
Oh, sorry. I stand corrected.
Yeah, see, you stupid motherfucker. You pissed me off. I was trying to be nice, you motherfucker.
He wants all of the Patreon money and the views.
Hello, beautiful lady, and here with us. Hello.
Howdy, Luna.
Hello.
Looking up pretty. By the way, really, big thanks to Pat, though, because that was a great conversation.
Hell yeah.
It was cool having him.
Yeah, me and Pat, I love having Pat. Like I said, some of the best conversation shows we've ever had has been with Pat. I like to do that sometimes, and with comedy, because I love comedy so much, right? Everybody knows I love comedy. And so when I have a comedian like that on, because Pat, here's the one thing, he's even told me this before. Like when he does shows, a lot of people want to talk about his YouTube stuff and the stuff, stuff that, a lot of people don't ask about his comedy. Because, his thing. And I'm one of the people that actually am very interested in that part of it.
Yeah, I've watched one of his a couple of his stand-up routines. He's fucking good.
He is good. No, he's really good. He really.
And like I said, if you've got the you're brave enough to get up in front of a group of strangers and not just talk, but try and make them fucking laugh. It takes a fair amount of courage.
Well, Luna gets on a pole in front of people.
Yeah, but the hazy, smoky room stinks her eyes and she can't see them. She just works that pole.
By the way, I do have an idea.
She just nods.
We are going to do a wood stripper show. We're not going to have a girl stripping, but I want to bring strippers on the show and talk about the business of exotic dancing. I really want to do that.
Why can't they talk about the business of exotic dancing while giving us a demonstration of?
Well, that would have to be on the private show.
Yeah, that's a great.
And by the way,
idea.
the
I
old
might be able to
Pimpmunk
get a couple people.
There you go. And see, by the way, the old Pimpmunk private shows used to have that kind of shit on it. I mean, people get naked and do things to their parts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so that's the reason I said I'm going to have to need a few weeks before we start the private show, because I got to figure out the platform where we're going to do the shows. Because doing it here on YouTube, we can't even do that private shows because you can still be reported. And they will, because you can still get in trouble even if it's private. So, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't Trumpster Bob world.
Yeah, Trumpster Bob thinks you can do whatever you want to in a private show on YouTube. You can't. I know this because I got in trouble.
Yeah.
More than once.
I used to create like just a bunch of YouTube channels to do the private shows on there, and they would get banned.
See, what we got to do is find somewhere where they just literally don't fucking care what you do. It's like, oh, you want to try and park a car up your own anal cavity? Yeah, we're cool with that. So when the trolls come and try and report it and get it shut down, the people that run that website just go, no, because they're perfectly allowed to try and park a Cadillac up their own buttholes. That's in the terms and services. They specifically put in the terms and services, you are allowed to try and park cars up your own ass on a live stream if you so desire. That's the place we'll be streaming.
I'm gonna do that on my next stream then. That's awesome.
All right, Buicks, Cadillacs, we're going to get all of the old classic American cars and park them inside Shabby's butt.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever donates can pick the car.
Oh, I want to donate now. That's the biggest car.
So
I want a weird shaped car from the 50s with big fins and shit. So I'll just
now make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit the share button and also tip. We need tippers. I don't see any tippers.
Just the tip.
I need tippers. I need tippers. But anyways,
do you like just the tip? Yeah.
Once again, though, we are really, me and Shabisky and the Wood crew are really, really grateful for every one of you guys that has, become a Patreon. We appreciate every one of our fans. We do. But the ones who's like giving money, we appreciate that more because you don't have to, but we were so grateful that you do. And we're about to have fun with you guys too. So yeah, I'm excited about the Patreon because it does motivate you. Honestly, to be honest with you, to make money at doing what you like to do, it motivates you to do more and be better at what you're doing. So it does motivate you. And I'm, like right now I'm horny. And I'm gonna fuck a Coke can.
I would highly suggest no. The watermelon would be a better choice at this point. Don't leave it in the microwave too long.
My poor dad. By the way, I did get the chance to thank you, Shabisky. By the way, I'm gonna notice Landon in the chat for a minute. But I do have to thank you about something today. Today. When that dude was talking shit about my dad, you banned his ass. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was just being honest. The guy was trying to call you out and say you're a piece of shit, and then he was being a piece of shit. So
well, I don't know why he was calling me a piece of shit. I ain't done nothing to the fucker. But then when he started talking,
even if
shit,
you did something wrong, he was doing something that made him a piece of shit.
He said something about go cry about your dead dad again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like even you know, and honestly, like for one, you can grieve how you want, but even like without that, like you don't even talk about your dad that often, you know.
No, and what I do is usually in like good memories and shit. Yeah. You know, I do miss my dad, and I have cried about my dad, but he was my dad. He died, you fuckers. Anyways.
You want me to go sign and hurt them?
Well, I read I just brought up when he brought up the watermelon thing, dude. That was, dude. That was
dude,
so funny.
you have no idea how many weapons I have in my room.
I imagine you got a bunch. We see Landon Noah up in the chat when we was talking about Landon earlier. We thank Landon for patronage and all that shit. Landon's up in there. Yeah. Landon likes to masturbate to pictures of you, Shabisky, by the way. I don't know if you know this.
What? I've been doing the same thing. What the fuck, Landon? Oh my god.
That's sweet.
Cutie pie.
That's very sweet. Red Eye masturbates pictures of me.
Red Eye.
Yeah, well, you know, everyone needs a hobby.
I agree with Raisin Girl, by the way. My beard is looking kind of sexy now.
He's like, I do.
I just kind of caught myself in the camera there. I'm fucking hot.
I'm so hot.
Look, I got the sexy beard and the sexy eyes now. Sit on my face, Luna.
I'm so hot. I totally do myself while standing in front of a mirror watching myself do myself. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And no, that was not misogyny. That was, well, that kind of was misogyny. But still. Yeah, but still, you know. I know that pisses a lot of hairy leg feminists off. I can't help it. Shave your goddamn legs.
Whoa.
I'm joking. You can grow hair on your legs, Jules. If that's what you want to do, that's fine.
I can't. Because I'm like, yeah, with the stuff I have, like, whatever. As far as, you know, like the Portuguese and everything, I can't do that shit. Because my hair will be like this fucking long. I can have like
Shabisky.
Small.
Yeah, baby boo.
I think Raisin Girl said you arrested me in the chat room.
You shut up, Raisin Girl.
She said she said you really are looking good. I think she sexually harassing me.
You leave him alone, Raisin Girl. That's my man. Okay? You back up.
She wants to stick things in your prison wallet.
Oh my god.
She sexually harassing me. I feel violated.
Run.
$20.
Run, pimp. Run.
I'm gonna run the fit and let her fuck me.
Oh damn.
I say some very crude things, don't I?
Yeah, you're a bad person for saying that.
But I need some sticky on my dicky.
Oh damn.
I remember I used to say that. There was some people in the chat room thought I was saying stinky on my dinky. On my dicky. I'm like, why would I want to put stinky pussy on my dick? Y'all gotta think of it. I say sticky because when you do it right, them motherfucker get sticky, right? You know, if it ain't getting all wet and sticky, you ain't doing it right. If it don't sound like macaroni and cheese mixing up, you ain't doing it right. I'm just saying.
That was very descriptive.
If you ain't making that motherfucker rain a little bit, you ain't doing it right.
Why do I want mac and cheese now? Yeah.
Well, no, it's not stinky on the dinky. It's sticky on the dicky. My God, people. They're pissing me off, Shabisky.
Yell at them.
They're not understanding my perversion.
Put everybody in timeout. Just go through and put everybody on timeout.
I'm just gonna hide every user in the channel. That's it.
There
is no more chat room. Chat room is cancelled.
Shit.
Can't.
Who do they think they are?
You fucking cancelled, chat. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Fuck Lord.
By the way, $150 gold, made 20 so far. I want to see more money. If I don't see more money, I will shoot you in the balls.
All right, so it's $150 gold. You got that amount, so you need $350.
Man, why you always fucking with me, bro? Why you always trying to fuck up my flow?
Because I can't count, obviously.
$350.
Now you're making fun of my inability to do mathematics, and that's cruel.
You live in TARDIS.
Whoa! Did you just say the T word?
No, I didn't say the R word. I said TARDIS.
You said
it's a land.
You said the T word.
I do got something I want to talk about, but I forgot what it was.
You wanted to talk about the fact that Tree Fitty may be the best number ever.
Tree Fitty.
Pimpmunk, you are handsome. I know it.
Goddamn Loch Ness Monster.
That's like I used to laugh at like when all these straight guys on YouTube was calling me ugly, and all the women were like, "Pimpmunk cute." I'm like, "Oh, I'm get so upset that the straight guys are calling me ugly, but the women who would actually put on my dick saying I'm good looking. Which side am I gonna be happy about? Not the fucking straight guys."
No, I say you're ugly, and I'll touch on your dick, pimp.
Well, I like fucking ugly people. See, if you fuck an ugly person, they get all like make you think you. I don't know what I was gonna say. I forgot.
Abort.
I had the joke in my head, but that some bitch went like it started having like a seizure or something. Like, I started stuttering in my fucking head.
Houston, we have a problem. Booster 2 has malfunctioned. Abort sequence.
Landon said he gave Tree Fitty.
Oh,
Landon. Tree Fitty exactly. He gave.
He did.
My God.
Tree
Fitty.
Tree Fitty actually sounds like like a tree has an STD. That tree got fitty.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It just sounds like Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty.
You sound like an idiot when you say that.
I've said it so often now that I actually have lost all comprehension of what the word means. It's just a noise now. It's Tree Fitty.
Yeah, it's almost time to end it. Of course, we're going over. We always do about 3 hours of Nightwood. So we're probably going to do about 3 hours. We'll do another hour or so. Shabisky's going to rub oil on his chest and sing the national anthem.
Yes.
Again? Damn.
Can you pick what kind of oil? Yeah, what kind of oil?
Hot Crisco oil.
Oh, yeah. Well,
olive oil.
No.
Olivia oil. That should be your female character. Yeah, you should create a female character, Shabisky, called Olivia Ole.
Yeah. She French?
Yeah, Olivia Ole. Ole! Did you say French?
I don't know. I was trying to.
Yes, he did. I can confirm that he did say French. Oui, as they would say in French.
Dude,
oui.
You guys need to stop being judgmental. Okay, okay.
When you
I'm gonna start kicking ass. You guys don't shut up.
Pizza with a fork. It's pretty hard not to be judgmental.
Yeah, and look at my hands, grease free.
By the way, if I do get my bill shit straight, right? If I get all my bill shit straight, and I do get to go out to Nevada next month, and me and Luna does get to go out to Shabisky. Guess what's gonna happen to Shabisky, folks?
We're gonna fuck. We're all gonna fuck.
Well, you will feel my nuts. That's for sure.
Butts will be touched.
When I teabag Shabisky, he's going to feel my nuts.
Oh, you shut up! If you teabag me, I'm gonna grab my cat and he's gonna chomp your balls off. Okay.
I am going. That cat might freak out.
I am actually going to take
under your balls.
Actually, I want to say this. I will be taking torture requests from the audience of what I can do to Shabisky.
No, shut up. I'll torture you. Torture you little bitch.
Well, we all know that I'm going to hit him in his balls, right? Everybody knows that.
Kitty Booger check. We are clear. There are no boogers.
I'm hoping when it happens, Luna will be recording as I give him that good old fashioned Pimpmunk ball tap.
You shut up, okay? I'll finger your asshole if you touch my balls.
I'm gonna taco chop Luna.
No, not my taco.
I'm gonna taco chop Luna. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm. You know what taco chop is, don't you?
chopper pussy. I get the idea. Like, you don't have to explain it to me.
I'm gonna Ric Flair the hell out of that coochie cat.
No, the legal department called and they said that taco chops are now off the table, illegal.
Oh, damn.
Unless you're coming off the top rope, then they allow taco chops. So what? Off the top rope. Boom.
I actually never heard taco chop till Raisin Girl said it a couple years ago. That's where that's the first time I ever heard it was she said something about taco chop. Yeah, and I've been using it ever since. That's like that time I was on the Greyhound, right? And we was traveling, and I had this OG guy, right? Old black dude, right? He's OG. He's straight up OG. And I started using this line after I heard him say it. Well, we were standing outside the bus station smoking a cigarette, and this pretty little blonde girl walked by us. He looked at me all pimping like he said, "Boy, I tell you what I'd do." He said, "I'd eat that pussy that I got a concussion." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm using that shit."
You're like, "Oh my God, you're my spirit animal."
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I love talking to OG fellas, man, because they say the craziest shit and don't give a fuck who is it.
Oh my God, there's this dude that lives here you need to meet. He's like a super old black dude. And he's funny as shit.
Well, I love super old black dudes. I like fucking them in the butt.
Yeah, he's really sweet. He's just funny as shit.
Oh, dude, I used to, when I lived back in the neighborhood when I was a kid, I used to go to many of the older guys out there and just sit there and listen to them talk because it was so fucking funny. It was so cool. It was so funny. And like, it was this one guy. Now, Cedric the Entertainer did a joke about this, and it's true, though. Oh, one black dude out there had a cigarette in his mouth, talk like every here all the time. Let me tell you something, boy. Now you come over here, you mess around in my yard, and I'm going to kick your ass. That's the way we do. Because I used to go fuck with him all the time, because he was so passionate about his yard, his front yard. It was just, he lived in an apartment. And it was about this much lawn to it. It was little lawn. He's like, "Don't be fucking around my lawn, boy. Don't be fucking around my lawn." And I'd go over and I'd run across it on purpose. Boy, I'm going to kick you. Because, I was the only white boy, too, right in the neighborhood. He's like, I'm going to kick your little white ass. You keep on doing this shit. I'm going to tell you, honk ass.
You kept doing it.
Oh, yeah, I kept doing it. He's like, I'm going to tell you, little he's coming a little honky out there. Look here, little honky.
Well, that's racist.
Well, it wasn't to me. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I grew up in a time where they used to have that on television. Love Thy Neighbor that was just funny as fuck, but wouldn't pass muster.
Today. Yeah, I love that old man though. He was so cool. He's giving me money out there. I was like 15. I'd go there. He's like, "Boy, I tell you what, boy," because I was 15-year-old. And he would say this stupid shit. He'd be like, "Well, I'm going to give you $5 to know where you go get you a pop." and then I look at him and I said, I said, "It's soda, you old motherfucker." That's what he, "Boy, don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me, that boy." I love that old fucker. He was cool. I was his little honky, though. I actually kicked the boy's ass one time for him because the boy was actually throwing paper in his yard, fucking with him. Like, "Yo, bastard, you ain't gonna do nothing." I'm gonna pot it in the fucking head. But yeah, anyway. And there was another old dude called Mr. Jake. I love it. Now he had a stroke, couldn't talk, but he could. But he said like 5 words, and they were all curse words. Shit, fuck, damn. And he can say boy. He can say boy. Damn, boy. Shit, boy. Fuck, boy. That's all he can say. Yeah. But I love Mr. Jake. I love Mr. He was cool, too. Yeah. Shabisky, are you bleeding at the nose?
No, just boogies. It's cool guy boogies.
My cat. Boogies.
You need to slow down on the cocaine.
Dude, I love my cocaine, okay? I love my pussy and I love my cocaine. Okay.
Can I get that?
look at the cat that's just gone, God, here we go again. This fucking freak starts kicking and doing all sorts of weird shit. And then the cat goes, if I play dead, maybe he'll just fucking put me down and leave me alone and forget about me.
I got an idea. Just hit me. Once me and Shabisky reaches $1,000 a month on Patreon, we'll start the show at the regular time, right? 10, and we'll go to daylight. Daylight Shabisky time. He's 2 hours behind me. So we'll go daylight Shabisky time. From, we'll do a day, $1,000 daylight show is what we'll call it.
Like a 12-hour stream?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
There you go, 12 hours.
It's like a 12-hour stream, yeah.
12-hour stream.
Yeah. We'll call it that. That's what we'll do.
12 hours, like, people would be surprised who just watch YouTube, like, how hard it is to do a stream that long, really.
It is hard.
Yeah.
The most, the most I've ever done is I think 17 hours. And that was before I was on podcast, did any podcasts and stuff. So I was by myself on there for 17 hours. And that shit gets tiring.
It is. Yes, one time, it'll be a celebration stream is what it'll be. A 12-hour celebration because we reach 1,000. And plus, if we reach 1,000, all the people who become the new patrons get all the perks and the rewards. So that's a long ass weave, Randy. Right. Do I have to say that?
My goodness.
Yeah, I couldn't do that every fucking time. Right, raise good. That had to be a one-time show. Pip, did you get my Canadian pesos? Yeah, I thanked you for it, buddy. Remember earlier? I said thank you, MacD, but thank you again, MacD.
I spoke to Dave last night, speaking of Canadians, and he is doing a bit better, so hopefully he'll be ready to do some work soon.
I'm sorry, MacD. You tipped again. Okay. Also, Fat Old Guy. Okay. Earlier, MacD gave 20, I think. And then I didn't see this. So Fat Old Guy gave 5. Thank you, Fat Old Guy. Appreciate that. And then MacD gave another 10. Said I got a fucked up life, Pimp, and you make me laugh more than anyone. Thank you all. I appreciate it. That was a good one. I'm glad, buddy. So we've made 35 with $150 go. So we need 115 to make the go. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. I like it when I make people laugh. That's the whole goal of this shit, man. Is to make y'all smile and to torture red eye.
Yeah. Oh no, but I'm glad Dave's doing better.
Yeah. No, too late, Luna. That's out now. That cat's out of the bag. You're glad I'm suffering, and now I'm sad.
Yeah.
We'll get over it though. It's okay. We'll be back in a minute. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm over it now.
I'm gonna put my hands on the.
Yeah, I'm about to tell Origin son. Origin said, Luna, Tommy, and I got a 5 if you're hand married. Hey, y'all keep on fighting. I'm over here going to be getting that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't be, Tommy, yeah. 5
I'll
on Tommy.
shoot both y'all motherfuckers. I will kill y'all.
Yeah,
Oh my
no.
God.
I ain't afraid to fight either one of y'all motherfuckers. I don't
Tommy
care if I walk away with no arm. I'll fight you with the other arm.
Tommy will deploy his bulletproof gigantic wang and it will be all over.
When I hit him in my face with my 2-inch packer, I don't give a shit.
Right, when Tommy first pulled down his pants, Japan thought there was a new kaiju, but then they realized it was just a massive wang.
No, that's Luna's my little buddy, but Origin, you ain't got a chance in hell to get that pussy. Well, shut the fuck up, Sedan. You know, trying to get some. See, what you a cracker? not that kind of cracker. I'm not talking about a honky cracker. You a cracker trying to get in $1,000 Super Bowl, buddy. You one single saltine trying to get in $1,000 Super Bowl. Ain't gonna happen, homie. She thinks you ugly. She told me. Now she didn't say that. Now Tommy's penis is too big. He'd break that little girl. So Yeah, that's why so I can't do that.
I don't know. Luna might like a challenge.
No,
I'm about to hear you challenging me. Damn it, Red. Red's my mind again.
Challenge accepted.
No.
I was thinking about my fucking toys I have to bury.
No.
In my box I hid everywhere.
I can't compete with Tommy Penis Wise. That made me sick. I can't compete with him penis wise, but I can eat pussy better than he had to though. He got old fucking broke tongue like, hey! Yeah. I'm so stupid.
Oh no, if Tommy starts getting in there, starts going, hey, forget about it, flicking that tongue around, there could be trouble.
No, thank you, Landon. I appreciate it. I will present your best compliments to my mom.
Fucking hell.
We appreciate that. Racing Girl probably puts better than all of them though. Y'all can do that now. I'll be happy with that one. I'll watch. Well, Shabisky's a female. You can have sex with him. Her.
I happen to be a lesbian too.
You happen to be a dumbass.
Snotbot. White Knight.
Does not compute.
Oh my God.
We need to get a new robot. This one's broken.
La 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 la. Please reboot your robot. It seems to have had a fucking blue screen. Derp. 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 Derp.
So we made $35 and $150 go. John Vega's on the clock and somebody else.
Somebody else.
Everybody but Landon is on the clock.
No,
he's the obvious answer. Yeah, that's why I said everybody but Landon.
He's not on clock. He can't be.
He can't be clocked.
Maybe something my dick though.
Whoa, hey, that's sexually suggestive and adult content, and you can't do that on television. How many times do I have to tell you? No, bad pimp.
Babe.
Bad pimp. Bad pimp.
Why people always fucking with me?
Because it's why I was created.
I like getting my dick sucked, so fucking what? And if I had to get an old wrinkly ass gray haired man to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Wow.
Sounds like a plan.
That's it. Well, that makes it premeditated, does it not? Dun dun dun. Run, Landon. Run for your life.
Run.
Keep your mouth shut.
Wait, Pam, it's like every time you mention somebody, I can think of someone I've met in my apartment complex. I was like,
the fuck you talking about?
No.
What the fuck you talking about?
You mentioned like some old or some.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I know someone like that. Like every time you say something.
Well, you live in a very weird apartment complex.
I know.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
Oh, Jack has failed his permit test for the third time. Well, a little bit of advice. In Australia, I went and did my driving test without getting any lessons from driving schools, and the dude just went fail. And after the test, he just basically went, go and get at least 3 lessons with a driving school, and you'll probably pass. Funnily enough, and it's all related. And so, if you haven't done that, maybe jump in driving instructor's car a few times and then go sit another test, and you'll be amazed at what happens when they see that you've paid and played this, just jump through some hoops to get your license.
Why the fuck are we talking about this?
Because he's in your chat and he's bummed out because he failed his fucking driving permit.
Man, I can't be stupid.
No.
Welcome to
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're a dumbass. Can't pass.
No, listen. I felt the first time I took mine.
Well, you a dumbass too.
No, but listen. I failed mine, but okay. Anyways, the instructor, whatever, she was in the car with me, and she told me to turn before this car, it was going, to the right, and she told me to hurry up and turn left.
Hurry up! Now hurry up, but hurry up.
Anyway,
Harry.
basically, she was drunk as fuck when she got in the car in the first place, and I did like the wrong 3-point turn, or the wrong turn. I did 3-point instead of 2, and then so she failed me because I almost hit the car because she told me she was screaming at me in the car, and then by the time that we got back to the DMV, she was actually jumped out of the car. And she's like, I need a fucking drink. I was like, so do I. And then, yeah.
People in the chat room tell me, have a heart, Pimpmunk.
Yeah.
Well, have a fuck you, people. How about that one?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Pimp's new show. Kick them while they're fucking down.
When have I ever been nice to you motherfuckers? Oh, all of a sudden I'm going to jump up and be a happy, nice guy.
Yes. Yes, that's
I'm fulfilled.
Yeah.
I've had people come in here and say, my grandmother died. Oh, this motherfucker come in and say, I can't drive. I'm supposed to be sad about that shit.
You're a big, meanie, poopy face.
I can't help it that your ass is dumb, all right? I'm sorry you dumb.
and your butt has big, stinky stench lines emanating from it, like cartoons, like big, stinky lines. Ew. Poopy head. So you made Shabisky sick. Look what you've done.
What makes me mad is a grown ass man call somebody a fucking poop head.
Well, I must call it how I see it, poopy head.
I will cut you.
I will cut you.
Well, somehow we're gonna be a bunch of cut up motherfuckers. Someone better get the sewing kit out because we can, and the stapler. Probably quicker if we just staple the wounds shut so we can keep cutting and stabbing each other. Get back to the stabbing quicker. Oh, really? Origin? Did Origin just challenge me?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Dun, 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 dun.
Fuck. Dude, everybody get down, get down. Get the cover.
Oh, I'm gonna be good. Boy, you need a cup.
Did you not learn anything from the Billy and John episode, sir? Not a thing?
Oh, I got messages about that shit too.
Dude,
why didn't you stop? Why didn't you stop, Billy? Because it was jokes.
Yeah, because this is what happened. John was in chat and went, "Hey, Billy," and then said something about Billy's weight and him being on top during sex, and then Billy, or in other ways, John dialed Billy's number and Billy accepted the fucking charges. And what then happened was a glorious fucking deconstruction for shits and giggles.
Let me make this go, Jack. I really don't. I wasn't trying to be mean to you, Jack. Jack said, "Oh, I was born with a tumor." Okay, I'm sorry you were born with a fucking tumor. All right, I'm sorry, but your tumor wasn't taking the driver test. Your dumb ass was.
Now, this is the part where I've got to jump in and go, he's being a big poopy head because it's a shtick. In real life, if you met him, he'd actually be really, really sympathetic and empathetic.
I gotta say, I love Shabisky's reaction to my tumor joke there. Shabisky went,
oh no. Shabisky's like, uh-oh.
Listen, no, of course,
bad boy.
No, he's fucking around, dude. Do not take him seriously and do not take it to heart, bud.
Yeah, don't take it to the tumor either.
Yeah. See what I got to deal with. It's like I got to take him everywhere. I take him somewhere, then he does this. Then I got to take him back later, so he has to apologize to everybody. He does it again, so I got to leave, and then go back there myself with a written apology. And it soaks up fucking days. It's just it's a job though. Somebody's got to do it.
Disavow.
It's like it's like it's bully. It's like I got to do bully mop up. Mop up on R3.
Disavow. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, I want that on a t-shirt.
Damn.
Oh wait, that's right.
That was a bad joke, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Can't take Pimp any day place without him showing his ass. That's true.
Yes, that's also a problem.
I'll show my ass right now. No, I can't.
Don't do that. Auntie Susan's sitting in her office just with the mouse clicky thing over the delete button. Delete.
If you've ever hung out with me in person, you probably seen my booty at one point. But I like to show my booty. I got a cute booty for a fat dude.
Oh, damn.
I'm proud of it. It's my little globes of love. You know what I'm saying?
That's hot.
It is when it's in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all jokes aside, I'm sorry you were born with a brain tumor. And I wasn't taught really insulting your brain tumor. And I can't help it. Your ass can't dry. You'll learn how to do it one day. Oh, I can't stand being nice.
No, that's not nice. It's like he's allergic to it. It's like he really tries and he veers into nice territory for a second, but then it's like this allergic reaction or a magnetic field just instantly ejects him. It's like a north-south, the poles of the north and south poles of magnets trying to push them together and they just repel each other. And when Pimp tries to be nice, it's like a magnetic repulsion of Pimp out of nice territory back into, I'm a total douche.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's special, that's all.
Pimp, you're good. I'll always forgive you. I didn't ask for your motherfucking forgiveness.
Just type in the chat, Pimp, bless your heart. And he'll understand perfectly what you mean.
I forgive you. Who the fuck asked forgiveness?
Man.
Non-apologetic right here, motherfucker. I can't, knot it up to my head.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look, this is coming from a man who walks past an air conditioner and farts into it. So a young, attractive woman gets nasally assaulted, basically, just so he can fucking get back at Billy the Fridge.
Yeah.
He does not. He will take out innocent bystanders to get to his intended target. Pimp don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No cap. No cap.
No cap, dog. No cap, G.
Hey, I ain't got no cap on now. I took it out.
No cap, dog, G.
Now I look like a chunky ass Captain Spaulding.
You kind of look like a penis with a beard.
Hey, I'll take. What the hell did happen to my head? What the fuck? That's cigarette ash right there. See what y'all made me do? Oh, goddamn! All because this boy can't fucking drive. I swear to God.
Oh.
Okay, well, I got a spot on my head.
That's
Motherfucker.
funny. Now what you do is you get sick and you start doing just dot it all over and it'll be like a leopard.
No, I'm gonna fix it right quick.
Make it spotty. No. It's just going to spread it around and make it worse. It'll be great if it does that. Now it looks like someone peed on your hat.
Yeah.
I can make more offensive jokes than that, Pimp.
Oh. Does he think that you're trying to be offensive right now?
He's stupid. That boy.
Is it lasagna saying that?
Yeah, origami of linguine.
What a dick butt. Did he have to read 10 books to be able to do that?
That motherfucker read a book about insults. Guess what? I create insults, motherfucker.
Whoa, damn.
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't know if I did that, but I did it. This live stream could be like Wild and Out from MTV. That's a Nick Cannon show to anyone that. Boy, Nick Cannon sucks. Don't compare me to Nick Cannon. Pimp is the man. You smiling now, Jack? That's what the man does, baby. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for the compliment, Rachel. And it is all jokes aside. It is just to make people laugh. I don't mean any. Oh, God damn! There it goes again. The whole nice shit. Fuck being nice. Dude, I knew Landon was going to end up saying that shit anyway. He always says that. To be insulted by Pimpmunk is to be insulted by the best. And that's a goddamn truth. Fuck all y'all. Anyways. I concoct insults with language. You concoct sucking dick. What do you do? Shut the fuck up. I ain't reading that goddamn page of a comment just because you want to get noticed, Origin. Shit.
Huh. As an Australian, I find that statement quite interesting.
What statement? You can read it. I ain't gonna read it.
The word thing. That's interesting. Yeah, okay.
He's a fucking moron.
Okie dokie.
You're an Australian. You find anything.
Say he wants to suck my wiener or something? What'd he say?
He did.
Awesome, dude. What a cutie.
Yeah, look, I come from a place where animals poop cubes. Everything can be interesting if you just take one to stop and look at stuff. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
Well,
it's a cube of poop. How did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know how that got started.
Just you started doing that, and I don't know. Some of the dumbest things will make me laugh, and that's caught on, and I started laughing about that.
Yeah,
it's like people are saying something. You're like, yeah.
I don't know how this shit gets started. I just started doing it one night. Yeah.
In our country, ducks decided fuck flying around. They just fucking grew a tail and fucking 4 legs and grew poisonous spines on their fucking hind legs, and now we call them platypuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not platypi. I'd found out the other day. It's actually platypuses is the plural, not platypi.
What the fuck are you talking about, old man?
Well, we were taught it was platypi at school, and that was incorrect. The plural of platypus is not platypi. It's platypuses.
Who the fuck brought up?
I did.
Why though?
He's like Gene. He's like Gene. He's just giving us random facts that have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No, actually saying that platypuses would evolve from ducks is not quite accurate, Shabby. I just wanted to point that out. That's not quite how it actually happened.
A duck and beaver fuck. That's what happened.
I didn't even say that. What are you talking about?
No, you said random facts, and I said there wasn't too many. What I was trying to insinuate that there wasn't too many facts in what I just said. It was void of facts. In fact, it was utter bullshit. Actually,
no, I wasn't even paying attention. I'm sorry when people try.
That's right. I'm not talking to you because you don't pay attention to me, Shabby. We're breaking up. Goodbye. I hate you.
Whoa, Razor Girl just had one of the best burns. That was good, Razor. So you tell inside jokes only you understand, Origin. I think there's a term for that. Is it schizophrenia?
Oh my god.
Oh damn. Orgasm. Orgasm. You gonna let her talk about you like that, bro?
See, origami linguini, I didn't even have to insult you. She did it better than you did, you fuck sack.
Call the Burns unit. We got a patient incoming.
Yeah.
Burn.
I don't give a fuck how difficult being an adult is. 21 is the best case fucking closed. Well, okay. Okay then, buddy.
Coming through, telling facts.
Dude, you know we're talking about being old earlier. I felt old as fuck today. I was watching this TikTok and this girl's like, there used to be this thing that people used to get on before I was born called MySpace. And I was like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God, there was these pimp fuckers born after MySpace.
Yeah.
And oh my weird. God, they're talking now.
MySpace, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love MySpace.
I remember talking about Oh, sorry, you go. No, sorry, I was just
No,
meaning.
I'm being stupid. No, I was just saying, like, I was looking through BuzzFeed articles about like people born in like the 2000s or
Yeah.
and just shit from there, and they're like, oh, look at all this old shit. There was like, like squeezable cheese, and and like green fucking mustard, and then they were like, and like really old Pokemon stuff and
Oh
all
God.
kinds of and you're gonna
You can't say that word here.
shit, sorry.
Pokemon.
It's
then
not time for the Pokemon report.
You and
No, they were
me.
talking like like Nokia phones. They're like, who the hell would buy a Nokia phone, let alone get a case for it? And I'm like,
We
who
did.
had a Nokia phone? I'm like, I
Yeah.
had one. I'm like, oh
Like
my
I've
God.
seen them when they talk about, there's people used to share music on things called like Napster. Like, you motherfucker, I'll beat your little young ass. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they were like,
I do
like, when
remember.
you choose this? And I'm like,
Yeah, I know, like the AOL CDs. Some of these young
yeah,
fuckers don't know.
yeah.
They have no idea about the AOL CD. Dude, I used to get free internet all the time because
I know, right?
yeah,
I
you
miss
get
that shit.
they send them CDs to you, like get 3 months or whatever. Then I just redo it with another name.
Yeah, and they put them in like everybody's mailbox, so you could like, and sometimes they'll put they'll give you like somebody else's shit, or whatever. So now
Yeah.
you have 2 of them. So you're
Yeah.
like,
Oh, you get the MSI. What was it called? Yeah, something like that. You get those two. I can't remember what that
Is
was.
it MSN?
MSI something. I don't know
No,
what it was.
Microsoft something.
I
Whatever.
don't know.
But then, what about when you grew up in the 50s and shit? Like, for instance, there was a laboratory toy kit that you could get for your kids, and it actually had radioactive substances in it, like legit radiology shit. It's like, what the fuck? This was sold as a fucking toy to kids. They don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's no longer on the market.
Yeah.
For reasons, but yeah.
I got another tip to read right quick, Red.
Ooh.
Random Explorer donated $10. Just thank you, pimp, as a drunk little pug.
Yeah. Humping your leg.
Thank you.
Hey, you okay? I think you had a stroke. Can we call the medics? Medics. Maybe Pimp's Beard can take over for the rest of the show. Pimp's Beard, could you please take over? Pimp's not responding. We seem to be having technical difficulties with Pimp.
You made me laugh a little bit when Pimp's Beard take over the show. That actually did get me tickled.
Well, your beard's your co-pilot.
My beard's getting glorious though, isn't that? I'm growing it pretty fast too. That shit's growing fast.
What you didn't know is other beard owners won't tell you this, but I heard them whispering one day at the beard club.
They're scared.
Your beard will become sentient.
Yeah.
And it will actually be able to host the show when you're not feeling well. You'll be able to sit there and it will work your jaw and it will look like you're talking, but it's actually your fucking beard. Isn't that cool? Luna, don't die. Luna, don't die.
Sorry.
Okay?
Stop dying, Luna.
I just saw I had a visual of his beard talking.
It's going to be great. You won't even know that it's Pimp's Beard running the show.
Yeah.
See, it's doing it right now. Did you know that was just Pimp's Beard doing that? That was its first emergency.
So we made 45. We've made 45 with 150. So we need $105 to finish the go. We can do that. 105. I mean, here's my nipple.
That's a hollow nipple, NASA fake. Gee whiz. How many times have I got to say it? Conspira nipple. Hollow nipple. Flat nipple. It's like the flat earth, but it's just a flat nipple. It's like dead flat.
Shut up.
2-dimensional.
Damn, I got dizzy for a second.
I nearly gave him a stroke. Yay!
You're quite welcome. I'm glad you have a book understanding of psychology. How far has that gotten you socially? Oh, they're having a discussion.
Damn, they're having a fight debate. thing.
I think that we should buy Origin of Lasagna a Mr. Adam kit so we can play with it for a while.
Oh, look at that. What you doing, bud? How you doing, little leggy? Trying to show that thigh.
I was touching my back.
Like you're trying to show that cooter cat.
No, it's covered by this thing.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
Well, don't uncover because I won't get kicked out in there. I get
Why do you
kicked
have
off the
pants on,
internet. Let them kick me off the whole fucking internet for it.
No, I have shorts on.
Well, we may have the best name I've seen all night, but I don't know if they're a good person or not. But Touch My Fluffy Duck, I love the name. It's a good name. It's a good, solid chat name.
Mm.
There's something in my sheets. What is
It's you. You're,
that?
she's touching her ass. Like, what is that?
It's a hair clip. I was like,
It's a hairy clit. What?
Oh, wow. Damn.
You found a hairy clit in her bed.
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just washed my laundry.
What? Wow.
Maybe the dryer had an extra clit in it. I don't know.
Terrifying. Just what? Wild clits roaming the streets. Herds of fucking clits roaming the streets, terrorizing neighborhoods.
Hairy ones, too.
Hairy clits.
Little hairy clits everywhere. Every time I see one, I get scared. And
That's cute.
They are cute.
You're cute.
I know it. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want me to do it. I knew you.
I do want you to do it, Luna.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You do it, right?
No.
Fuck you, Red Eye. Dude, who programmed this guy to not listen to us? What the fuck?
I refuse. I resist.
By the way, on the show tomorrow night, we got Hell Bent here.
Oh, cool.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's gonna be here. I like Hell Bent. And Miss Parker as well. Mrs. Parker. So Mrs. Parker, Hell Bent will be here, and we're gonna have some fun with that because they're two great guests.
Yep.
And then Wednesday, of course, we do the tap. We'll do a show. Then Thursday, I don't know who the fuck's gonna be here. I'm working on it. I'm sure John Morgan will be.
Ew.
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 Ew. I did ask Allie Dean if she wanted to come on Thursday. She ain't get back to me yet. The human being Allie Dean, one was here the other night. Very good guest.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was awesome. She was great. And,
I was going to say that too, Red.
Anybody who says I like cock, like, okay. I love you.
Yeah, so are you available for a regular booking on the show?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Because I got a cock. And she not cock, I got a cock. Well, it ain't much of one, but it's there. Somewhere. Hey, somewhere. It may be, hibernating at the moment, but it's there somewhere.
It'd be there.
No, you're not, Origin. Shut the fuck up. You're not better than her. Actually, you kind of suck, Origin.
Oh, damn.
Let's see. If I got to choose between hanging out with the lady that was on the stream last time that likes peepees or you for 3 hours, sorry, buddy. You're shit out of luck. I will spend 3 hours talking to the funny lady that thinks PPs are great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna fart or shit right now.
All right. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just about to say
50 cents. 50 cents. Place your bets. Is it going to be? It's either a fart, and it's a 3-way. You can go one of 3 ways: fart, shit, or shart. But sharts are only playing at half dividend, so because you're basically hedging your bet at that point. So we can't. That's not a real big risk. So 50 cents. Pick your poison. Let's do this, pimp. Mic it up. Let's do it. Get a bucket on standby just in case.
Nah, it's definitely gonna be a shit.
Oh.
All right. Well, Landon lost. Landon, you've just done your cash. Thank you. Vlad's done his cash. We're getting rich here, dude. We got to start doing this every stream. We're gonna make some fucking cash, dude. The fart lottery.
Well, it's I don't know. It stopped. It just stopped mid. It's like a bubble in there. Whoa, here it comes. Maybe, I don't know.
Wait for it.
I may shit in my pants right here.
Well, mark it up.
But it kind of feels like a fart coming.
Don't risk it.
I did take gas X earlier, so it might be farting.
Don't risk it.
Dude, I'm excited.
I don't know. I'm actually a bit worried now. Well, wrong end. Backfire.
Oh, here it comes.
Here it comes. Wait, that was the primer.
Oh, it's not gonna be a fart. Oh,
All right, this is going to be a thing. Pimp's fart lottery on the private shows. For years, you asked people to embarrass themselves in the name of entertainment. Well, you're going to put your butt on the line, and we're going to have Pimp's fart lottery, and we're going to place a bet.
Go clean yourself up, Pimp.
No, I didn't shit myself. I sucked it up.
Oh, that means it's just building up more back pressure. That's a problem.
Oh my god!
Sucked it back up. Oh damn!
It could be an explosive evacuation at a later date, because of See, that was see how he just went. That was the poop build-up starting. A criticality is occurring inside Pimp's bowels as we speak.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh man. See, where else are you going to get a fucking segment on a private show called Pimp's Poop Lottery? Nowhere else. Fucking nowhere. It's going to be a world fucking exclusive. Spread the word.
We got to make a shirt that says, yeah, on it.
I think we need a shirt that says Pimp's Poop Lottery with you sitting on a toilet with a really worried expression on your face.
Yeah, I got to shit. This is face. Oh my God. I gotta go shit right now. I'm about to shit in my pants.
Well, everybody that
here's the deal. Here's what's I can't hear y'all. Y'all hear me? If the standing up part's what's scary, because if I stand up, I may shit on myself. Because I think the only thing that's holding it is the chair right now.
Excellent. You scoot the chair down to the toilet just to be safe. That's what you should do. I'd scoot along in the chair,
I don't know what to do.
Scoot along in the chair. Oh, you can't hear me. He can't. He's not smart enough to scoot along in the chair.
I'm going for it, people.
Here he goes.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Oh, dude. Use the chair, Pimp. Let it guide your actions like a Jedi. Use the Force.
I didn't shit. Yeah.
Use the chair like the Force, Pimp.
No,
wait for it.
I almost finna bust my goddamn ass.
Well, we nearly got to witness something that would have probably got the channel fucking shut down for a month, but I'm glad we didn't. And I'm glad you can't smell things over the internet if it happened, because, just to any developers out there, if you're thinking of trying to incorporate smells into video game or TV or anything, fucking don't. Just no. Nobody wants smell-o-vision. I'm fucking telling you right now. No. No, Shabby.
Yeah,
no smell-o-vision. I know you were thinking about it just then.
But people could smell the awesome weed that I'm about to smoke.
Oh, you just made a case for smell-o-vision. Uh-oh. Now we're having a solid debate about the pros and cons. Well, what about...
I win.
No.
I win.
What about ads for air freshener? Because some point before the air freshener is used, there's the poop smell hanging in the air. You're going to smell the poop smell every time you see that air freshener ad.
Mm.
I don't even know what you just said.
Pimp would fucking defend me. If Pimp was here, he'd say, Red Eye's right. You should shut up, Shabisky.
Yeah, he's just a sycophant. Who cares?
Oh, I'm so angry.
Dude, did he clean himself up that quick?
I'm so goddamn pissed off. I get man. All I do is like spray one little spot of shit on the toilet. That's 40.
It was a shark then. Who bet the shark? Who bet the foot was fucking Vlad? Vlad's a fucking winner.
I love Luna's reaction, dude. You're like, one little shit, and then she's like,
I mean, it was just a dot on the damn side of the toilet. 'Cause I got a weird asshole anyway.
Yeah,
Sprays
I
out
thought you had,
sideways.
like, shot like on top of the toilet seat, like on the toilet seat, like not inside.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think everybody's done that one.
Vlad is the very first winner of the Pimp's Poop Lottery. Sadly, there's no money to give you, so you just have the prestige of knowing that you have won the very fucking first Pimp's Poop Lottery. Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations.
slapping
There you
your-
go. I was
Yeah.
masturbating furiously
Oh.
to congratulate Vlad. What were you doing?
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
clapping or something?
Listening to you.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing and thinking about you.
Yeah.
Should have been trying to
Hey.
tear off your tallywhacker with joy for Vlad, but no, you fucking
Well,
let the team down.
Here's the
You're not
deal.
a team player, motherfucker. What the
Here's the
fuck?
deal. Here's the deal. I don't give a fuck.
Pimp,
Well, I do.
what's a tallywhacker, Pimp?
It's a happy penis.
Neat.
Yeah, neato, Jack.
Neato.
Hey, we need $105 to make the go. Oh, John Vega, I put you on the clock, you son of a bastard.
I have a quick question. If this sound is me going and fapping. What the fuck was Luna doing? What was she slapping around?
She got a thing she can.
Was she
She's
like-
a black girl. She can do the whole floppy butt thing, the slappy butt. I like to. Oh, I love the slappy butt girls. Oh my.
No,
God.
I had something far more devious and dirty in mind. I thought she was like speedballing a clitoris or something. It was like
What?
like at the gym going.
Ooh,
No,
Red, are you going too far?
really?
No.
No, I
I'm
think
offended,
Luna
Red guy.
expects nothing less from me at this point.
Yeah, I was like, can I actually do that?
It's just like I'm just making suggestions that are plausible.
Oh, by the way, folks, for my health update shit, I'm walking now without a walker, dude. By the way, so yeah, it's still my feet still hurt a little bit, but I am actually walking around. So yeah.
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 Now you got to start running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. It looks very awkward, and you no, just.
Oh, another fart's coming, by the way.
All right, place your
Yay.
bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, I took here's the deal. I shouldn't have done this really. I took Gas X, and I also drank a lot of Milana too. So
Okay.
it's like a real lottery here, like it's like either fart or shit.
Is it going to be a shit, shart, or a fart? Start the clock. All right, so place your bets. Place your bets in chat. Shit, shart, or fart. What's it going to be?
Who knows?
Mac D's down with the shit.
That sounds like a segment that we could have. Shit, shart, or fart.
Well, no, it's going to be Pimp's Poop Lottery. That's the segment.
Oh, we just went. John Vega just gave $30. Thank you so much, John.
You know what, Shabby? Let's go with Shabby's title. I like it. Shit, shart, or fart. That's the segment name now. Done. Thank you.
Now
for
we need.
contributing, Shabby.
Now we need 75 right now. $75.
We need 350.
Tree.
$75. We got like 10 minutes, so
Okay.
For tree
do
fit.
it.
So we need tree fitty and tree fitty plus
And
tree fitty to get to the goal.
Oh,
Tree
Tree
fitty.
fitty. Tree fitty.
Now shut up.
All right, we've got two people are down with the shit. We've got some people down with the farts. Oh, Dirty's getting down with the poop. 006 down with the poop.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people are fucking rolling with poop.
Hmm.
Oh, damn.
They cannot suck my asshole.
Lena's rolling with the fart. Jack's rolling with the fart. So we got a pretty even sort of field here for the bets. No one's gone shot yet, I see. Unless I missed it. Did someone say no?
Well,
No one's
going. We're about to find out.
I'm going with the shot.
Fart.
Oh, it's a little poop.
All right. No, I don't need to know where it is right now.
No, it's poot, not poop.
Poot. Oh,
Oh.
goddamn. See, I'm what?
What'd you say, Sonny?
A little
What'd you
poop.
say? What'd you say? Where's Pete? I don't know where Pete is.
Poot.
Where, I forget where I left my boots.
What the fuck?
What?
Fuck you talking
Eh?
about? Boy, I'll cut you.
Oh,
I don't
dang.
know nothing about your snoot. What are you talking about?
You better have some strange skid marks I do on your mama's sheets.
Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa.
Dude, you
And
gotta
they-
let him talk about your mama like that, Orgasm?
And these skid marks glow in a black light. Mm.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Jackson Pollock painted the
And
place.
if you don't get that joke, I said I fucked your mama. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, he had
Well-
sexual relations with your mama.
And then I sold her ass.
Oh, God.
And I'm not going to make any further commentary on that.
Oh, God.
Because I'm a coward and I'm running away like a chicken.
Oh, I'm not her type.
Whoa.
I've seen your mama any type of her type.
Oh, damn.
No, breathe in the mama time. I need to quit talking about his mama. I love you. No, I don't. I'm gonna fart again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was a good one too. That was a romper.
I
Oh,
think I heard that one.
so everyone that bet fart, you are a winner. Please collect your winnings from that dude over there. Unfortunately, you can't see where I'm pointing, so bad luck. Eh.
Oh,
damn.
damn.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I've just realised the fatal flaw in the poop lorry. We're not charging people to enter it yet. Shit.
Your mother's an angel. Yeah.
Aww.
I fucked the wings off her ass too.
Oh, my God.
Mm.
I had an idea what you were going to say.
Well, this poop lottery is not bad odds. You got a 33% chance of winning this shit. But
Red likes this shit.
this poop lottery is great. I love it. The fucking chat love it. It could be the most popular segment on YouTube.
Shit, short, or fart with Pimpmunk.
Look at you, ladies and gentlemen. Go. Oh, yep. Here we go. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh,
And by the way, I don't talk about. I am sure your mom's an angel, and I'm sure she's a lovely lady. I will say that. I don't talk about people's mamas.
Yeah. She's pretty nice.
Shabisky gives her like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. That's 6.
6?
Yeah, 6.2 maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She gives good head.
After a 6-pack of Corona, she's a 7.
Yeah.
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 Now you're starting to sound like an autistic cat that's copulating in an alleyway. Yeah, that's it. Yep, that's pretty much what an autistic cat sounds like while it's trying to mate with a garbage can in the alleyway at midnight.
Oh, Origin, and you said you were going to beat me in an insult battle.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, what? Like, that's supposed
the
to
only
be a
way
good insult?
The only way you get head is on your head.
What? Shabby, are you okay? I'm.
Dude, they got me good with that one.
That's multi-tiered, four-dimensional cryptology. I don't even comprehend what he's trying to say at this point. It's like I'm so far below this burn that has just been placed in chat.
I don't think I could ever talk to you again, Orgasm.
That may have been the worst fucking.
That was a
thing
low blow,
man.
Dude, we need a funeral for that insult.
Whoa, you know.
So yeah, I do handstands while she sucked my dick.
My cat was vomiting. Did everybody hear that?
Oh god. Oh, poor thing.
Your cat was what?
Was throwing up a hairball because my
Where's the read that joke?
I'm gonna get on, slip over in my cat's vomit now. Back in a minute. Does the fucking arsehole place like it'll find a spot where it'll just go like around a corner and just strategically fucking go wet. So I walk around the corner and just go straight in it. It's like, oh god damn it, you fucking piece of shit cat. Hurry up and die.
Oh, okay. What I said was you said you could beat me in an insult battle, but yet that was an insult you did to Shab. There's no fucking way you can hang with a homie like me. I'm sorry, but it's like be like throwing fucking spitballs at a motherfucker with a cannon.
All right, now I'm not trying to be rude here, but could it be that the insult that you made towards Pimp was not of such a significant level that we actually failed to notice it? And we've been reading chat, and we just read the comment, went all right, and went to the next because we just went meh.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Maybe, and I'm not trying to be a total cunt. That's just That's a hypothesis I'll put forward for you to consider.
Fight.
You just
not bot versus Orgasm.
Origin
battle to the death.
Just shut up, Origin. Shut up. Let's see if we got any more tips.
Let's look at your tits, Pam. Show me.
Yeah, I just did it.
That's all I want.
Tips. Show me your tips, Pimp.
I must have said we needed her to 75. We need 75.
75.
We got a couple minutes.
Yep.
Couple minutes.
Oh damn, Vlad's throwing some shade. There's shots fired in chat. Multiple fucking shooters at this point. It's fucking chaos. Call the paramedics. Have them on standby.
Yeah. Origin, just go read a book.
You have many.
Yeah, read something. I kind of feel bad saying that joke, Chevy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. You suck.
Yeah, it's just internet shit talk. Don't get too.
Luna.
Yeah.
Shake your boobies.
Yeah. You shake your boobies.
Excuse me, sir. Have you got a permit for booby shaking for this establishment?
Yeah.
You do? Excellent.
Yeah.
Like, well, rock those boobies. Let's do this. Oh yeah.
This would be awesome if my aunt was watching tonight again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the Luna's.
Do it right here, Luna. No, do that.
Oh my god.
Do that, Luna.
Just
unload.
No, that was the part where you say "fuck off, Pimpmunk, you sexual deviant," and now Luna's dad wants to beat us all up for sexually objectifying his daughter again. God damn it!
Well, I'll make him shake his boobies. No, she didn't even do nothing. That's not naughty what she did.
No.
Yeah, everybody do that shit.
That's what you told me to do. You didn't tell me to like rub myself.
And I didn't ask. I didn't want you to do nothing naughty. I was just, I don't know.
You're the Pied Piper of titty shaking, Pimpmunk. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. All right. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, let me see here real quick. Check my tips. We didn't make it, but we're doing all right. All right, then. Well, yeah, it's been a good show tonight. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed Pat coming on once again. He was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And of
awesome.
course, we thank Nuna for joining in the second hour. She's amazing.
Well,
And
thank you for having me.
I want to spit on her shoulder. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yes.
As Rogel Dawn would say, no.
Well, I didn't say yeah, so it's gonna happen.
I don't know. Rogel Dawn's
The
no, it's pretty emphatic.
rules of yeah has been.
I don't know. But it's Rogel Dawn though. You don't fuck with one of the Emperor's sons. You fuck your shit up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you paid attention to Warhammer 40k stuff, you might know what I'm talking about, but you don't. And who's that on? Not me, sir. Hey, Shab, Pokemon report.
Well,
Yeah.
We don't.
Make sure you check out tomorrow night's show. We appreciate you checking out this one, and make sure if you haven't yet, become a patron. Because starting next month, we are doing the private shows. I'm just trying to find the platform to do them on, and so that's why I'm giving it a couple weeks where I can figure out the platform and all that good shit. But we're gonna do it, and like I said, we read the tiers out earlier. Raising Girl posted them in the chat. If you want to scroll up and find them, we appreciate Raising Girl for doing that too, by the way. And also, thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, tipping. We appreciate it very much. Check out tomorrow's show. Go to Shabisky's channel. He's going to be doing an after show over there. So you want to go over and watch that and have some fun.
Yeah.
And Luna said that she loves my right toe. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
That's weird. Toe fetish.
Bye.